days and games of the regular season here in Berks County High School basketball. The Mules are 14-4 overall. They are 7-2 in Division 1. The Saints are right now in first place, a game ahead of the Mules and Reading High, who is also at 7-2. Wilson is at 7-3. We'll have the Red Knights and the Bulldogs tomorrow night. But Berks Catholic is 14-2 overall, 8-1 in the division. Their lone loss was at the Geigel in a game you heard and saw here on WEEU back in December. The Mules' 2 losses was to Berks Catholic in Laureldale. Saints had the best of the Mules that night, 69-55. And, of course, the game you heard with us last week with Reading High and Muhlenberg, with the Red Knights taking care of the Mules. Those are the 2 losses for Muhlenberg in division play. And, again, the Saints with just that 1 loss to the Red Knights. A whole lot still to shake itself out in the division between now and the end of the regular season, which is, believe it or not, on Tuesday night. The playoffs are right around the corner. But tonight, it is the Mules and the Saints in our high school basketball game, presented to you by Savage Auto Group. And, of course, it is available for you to watch tonight all the way through the Berks County playoffs and the District 3 playoffs as well. You'll be able to watch all of our coverage for free on our YouTube channel. That's at 8:30 WEEU Sports. Check it out, tune it in, and watch high school basketball at its finest as we work our way through the month of February here on WEEU. But tonight it is the Mules and the Saints. We'll take a timeout. We're back with our Shell's Restaurant, Dairy Swirl, and Miniature Golf pregame show from Lloyd Wolf Gymnasium right after this.
Noisy, squeaky, or uneven garage doors? Do they snap, crackle, or pop? Having trouble opening or closing? Get a garage door tune-up now from Overhead Door Reading. For just $99, we'll inspect, lubricate, and adjust your garage doors so they run smoothly and quietly. Don't get stuck in the driveway this winter. Call today and ask for our tune-up special. Serving the community since 1965. Overhead Door Reading. We're more than just doors. OverheadDoorReading.com.
Everyone's looking for simple ways to eat better and live healthier. So Redner's Markets is bringing that info right to you. Tune in to Food for Thought with Redner's registered dietitian here on WEEU for smart shopping tips and easy meal ideas. Meredith will help you make healthy choices simple and realistic for everyday life, whether planning meals or shopping for your family. Food for Thought, helping families make healthier choices every day. Brought to you by Redner's Markets, where fresh food, healthy tips, and friendly faces come together.
This season, stick with everyone's favorite snack, Diefenbach's Kettle Chips. Legend has it, Mark Diefenbach loved kettle cooked chips so much he turned his Berks County kitchen into the ultimate snack factory. Now, over 60 years later, we're still making that delicious PA crafted crunch with the same passion and quality right where it all began. So crunch into some flavorful Diefenbach's Kettle Chips today and snack on a delicious tradition.
UECU is a credit union that understands Pennsylvania, what it means to grow up here, raise a family, start a business. And we're committed to being your financial partner for life. With competitive rates, exclusive member discounts, and modern technology, UECU offers personalized banking that will make you feel right at home. Visit bankingforpa.org and sign up for UECU membership through our partner association, the Pennsylvania Consumer Council. UECU, banking that understands home.
Tonight's pregame show is brought to you by Shell's Restaurant, Dairy Swirl, and Miniature Golf. Fuel up for game day with their delicious burgers, their hot dogs, fried chicken, barbecue sandwiches, french fries, and, of course, ice cream. Have yourself the opportunity. Don't forget that 27-hole miniature golf course is waiting for you when Old Man Winter goes into the rearview mirror. But visit Shell's on the 5th Street Highway in Temple. Alongside Rich Garcella, my name is Bob McCool, getting you set for Muhlenberg and Berks Catholic game. Two teams separated by just a game in the Division I standings. The Saints at 8-1, Muhlenberg at 7-2. And Rich, not to bury the lead, but the field is pretty much set for the Berks County boys basketball, the BCIAA playoffs. A lot to be shaken out as to who's going to be 1 and all the way down to who's going to be 8. But we do know that Berks Catholic, Muhlenberg, Reading High, and Wilson, the top 4 in Division I, are for sure going to be in there, and they're going to be, if not the top 4, they will be 4 of the top 5 in the BCIAA playoffs.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if they end up being the top 4 seeds, even with a coach's challenge meeting possible. I think they're the 4 best teams in the county. Exeter are close 5th. And then you have why I'm missing Schuylkill Valley and Antietam making up the rest of the field. And as you said, Bob, we don't know what the seeds will be. We do know that the boys' quarterfinals are set for February 9th, Monday night, February 9th, and that we'll have one of those quarterfinals on WEEU. But, a lot is settled, but not everything.
Right.
Division I is still up for grabs, and Berks Catholic can take a big step toward nailing down the division championship with the win tonight over the Mules.
And the odd part of all of that, I think, is that we've done so many of these battles between those four, and all of them have been relatively, even at the high end, maybe an 8, 9, 10-point game. And the one outlier is this first meeting, which was Berks Catholic taking on Muhlenberg in Laureldale. They came away with a 14-point win, and they were missing two starters in that game. Now, one of them happened to not be Kingston McCoy.
Yeah, Kingston McCoy made up for the absence of, I think it was Brady Altamar and Johnny Deason. Gavin Welker, excuse me. And he scored 40 points, a career high. Matt Flowers told us the next game we had, Muhlenberg, after that we gave him too much respect. We paid him too much respect. He said the same thing to us about an hour ago in our pregame chat. He wants to challenge Kingston. He doesn't want to give him any space or any room. But Kingston McCoy with 40 points that night, and it was a huge win. And it still doesn't make sense to me that the Saints were able to win by that margin.
And then the other piece of the puzzle, that was loss one for the Mules in Division I. The other, as we talked about, was the game. It was 1 week ago tonight. We had it for you here at WEU, and it was the game against Reading High. 74-68 was the final score for it. And so this is the next night out for the Mules. So they had a week to kind of sit on that loss and try and recover from what was a very emotional loss for the Mules a week ago Thursday night.
It was an extremely emotional loss for the Mules and an extremely emotionally charged night in Laureldale. The tension was very high. The game seemed to last forever. I hate to say it, but it sure did. And there was a little skirmish after the game, a little pushing and shoving. But the point is, the Mules want to make amends for that. They need to come out and, as Matt Flowers has said to us many, many times, play with emotional intelligence, play poised, play smart throughout the game, play as hard as you can, but play under control. Because, we talked about Mike Miller, who's a big cog in the Mules' success, got into foul trouble early, had 4 fouls in the first half, and he got his 5th foul early in the third quarter.
Yeah, and it was very much that. And he got off to a great start where there was a back-and-forth game in the first quarter, and Michael Miller was a big piece of that. He had 8 fast points, including a couple of threes, but he got into some foul trouble. He got caught up in all the stuff that was going on in the extra stuff, and he picked up Rob Flowers just felt like he had to take the gamble because he is such an emotional leader for this Muhlenberg team to put him back on the floor in the second quarter with the 2 fouls. Miller picked up his 3rd, had to come out, then picked up an early 4th, and ultimately it turned into an early night as Michael Miller just could not stay on the floor. But I think Matt Flowers just felt like, I have to have him on the floor, and because if we're going to beat Reading High, Michael Miller has to be on the floor. And he's right. Because in order for them to win, Michael Miller has to be able to stay on the floor.
He's so important to the Mules, whether it's defense, whether it's rebounding. And he told us he's the key. He's our best player. He's not their leading scorer, but he's our best player. He holds everything together. You want to call him the glue guy? Call him the glue guy. But the point is, he is critical for the Mules tonight against a team like Berks Catholic. He's got to be on the floor 30 minutes.
Yeah, and I am not going to argue with him that he's their best player. He's not their best basketball player. That would be Eli Hemmings, because the tool shed is full in the class of Eli Hemmings. He's just a junior. He's long. He's lean. He's athletic. He can jump. He can shoot. He can handle the basketball. He's got all the tools. I think the only thing that's missing from Eli Hemmings' tool shed is the belief that he is as good as the skill set is.
Yeah, he scored 2 points in the first half against Reading, which was a big reason why they were down 16. And then came on like a gangbuster in the second half, had 21 in the second half, and nearly helped Muhlenberg pull out that victory against Reading. Reading held the Mules off. But Eli Hemmings is, we have said it every Muhlenberg game we've had, if he had the confidence and the belief that he's one of the very best players in Berks County, you would see 20-point nights night after night after night.
Yeah, and it was a piece of that was that factor. And I think called the aura of Kingston McCoy if you want to, because he is everybody's the player of the year last year in the county. He's the leader in the clubhouse to be the player of the year this year in the county. And I think that's that. It's the Eli Hemmings of the world thinking that he can't necessarily play at that level, whereas Matt Flowers is saying, look, I believe that you can play at that level. I've been, and that's the beauty of having somebody with the experience that Matt Flowers has, and his tenure at Reading High and now at Muhlenberg. He's like, look, I've coached with Lonnie Walker. I coached against Steve Mitchell. I've coached against Kingston McCoy. I'm telling you, you can play with them. So it's just him trying to make him understand that don't be caught up in the aura of Kingston McCoy. Go play him. Go show him what you got.
Yeah, against Reading, it just seemed like he was reluctant, tentative, indecisive in the first half, whatever the case may be. But in the second half, the light bulb went on, and I even asked Matt Flowers, was it something you said at halftime? He said no. But they need Eli Hemmings to lead the offense tonight against Berks Catholic, but against going forward in the county playoffs, in the district playoffs. They need Eli Hemmings to be the scorer that he can be.
Yeah, because the Mules are in a prime position. They're, again, already locked in terms of the Berks County playoffs, but they're in a great position into the District 3 6A playoffs as well. A win over a very successful so far Berks Catholic team, and then we will have them on Tuesday night at home against Wilson to finish up the season. So a lot on the table for the Mules over the course of the next couple of nights in terms of ultimately finishing out and what their resume is going to look like going into the postseason. 14-4 overall is pretty good. 7-2 in the division. They are very much in the thick of everything, and the Mules have themselves a night tonight here at Berks Catholic. We're going to take a timeout. When we get back to Lloyd Wolf Gymnasium, we'll talk a little bit about the Saints. Back to Lloyd Wolf Gymnasium at Berks Catholic High School right after this on WEEU in Reading.
Spots Insurance Group is a proud sponsor of Berks County sports. We're an award-winning nationwide agency you can trust, insuring what means most to you for over 32 years. We specialize in auto, home, renters, business, and life insurance. Remember, when you think insurance, think Spots. Visit us at spotsforinsurance.com. That's SPOTTS, 4, insurance.com.
Hi, I'm Mike Kuhn with Kuhn Funeral Homes. Since 1937, our family has been committed to serving our community. We now have 3 active generations, as I have the honor of working with my father and son. With 5 convenient locations to serve our neighbors, Kuhn Funeral Homes continues to dedicate our family to your family. Thank you for believing in us, and we promise to always be there for you.
Hi, I'm John Petrozelli, principal of Berks Catholic High School. Berks Catholic High School prepares students to be college and life ready. Guided by our 4 pillars of success: God, family, academics, and fun, we strive to positively impact our students spiritually, academically, socially, and emotionally so that they can lead distinguished lives of service and to reach heaven one day. Come be a part of something great. Please join us for our open house on Thursday, January 29th from 5 to 7 p.m.
Buying a home has never been so easy. I'm Chris Snyder of Mortgage America. If you're buying a home or refinancing your current one, you've come to the right place. Mortgage America's expert loan officers are available to assist you 24 hours a day, offering professional guidance throughout the home buying process. That's why we're awarded the #1 mortgage lender in Pennsylvania. Call us at 610-376-1755 or visit us at 1100 Berkshire Boulevard, Wyomissing. MNLS number 128501.
Welcome back to Berks Catholic High School and our Shell's Restaurant Dairy Swirl Miniature Golf pregame show. Again, alongside Rich Garcella. My name is Bob McCool. Getting you set tonight for Muhlenberg and Berks Catholic, and you can't talk about the Saints and not talk about the guy we talked about earlier, Kingston McCoy. Getting 40 points in the first meeting between these two, which is his career high. He's now at 1,395 coming into tonight's game. But again, the leader in the clubhouse, as we said, about a player of the game. But ultimately with the Saints is always about what else is there, because the Kingston McCoy factor is the given, offensively and defensively. Doesn't take a night off, doesn't take a play off. That's Kingston McCoy. But the question for the Saints, and we had this conversation with Snip Esley before tonight's game, and that is, he does have other players who can step up, and on different nights, he has had other players step up, whether that be a Carmelo Harper, whether that be a Johnny Giese, whether that be a Gavin Welker. Other guys have stepped up. What he'd like to see is them do it either with a little bit more consistency or have a couple of them step up on a given night.
Bob, it's uncanny how someone always seems to step up for the Saints to support Kingston McCoy, as you said. Gavin Welker, the last time we had the Saints, scored 13 points in the first half against Wilson, and that really sparked the Saints win that night. I mentioned to Snip Esterly, Carmelo Harper. He's averaging just 7 points in his last 5 games. And I said, it just seems like he's the key. And he said, we've had a talk with him. We're trying to convince him, you've got to play better. You've got to play harder. You've got to be there. I wouldn't be surprised if Carmelo Harper has a big game tonight. Johnny Giese, who had a stretch of games, including some of the games that we saw him, and he's fallen off. He's not reached double figures in 4 of the last 5 games. He's another guy. These guys are due. Gavin Welker, since the Wilson game, only has 7 points in the last 2 games. It just seems like one of them, 2 of them, maybe 3 of them will step up because other guys stepped up in the first meeting against Muhlenberg. Besides Kingston McCoy's 40 points, Carmelo Harper had 9. Johnny Giese had 8. It just seems like they have a knack of having somebody come to the fore at the right moment.
Well, McCoy at 21.3. Harper, the only one else in for the Saints in double figures at 10.4. But then you kind of have that mix in between. Giese's at 8.5, Welker's at 5.5, and Brady Altamar, who's the table setter, just doesn't really look to score offensively, as it just 3.3 points per game for the Saints from a scoring aspect. Time for us to take a look now at our keys to the game. They're brought to you by RE/MAX Real Estate agent Phil Macaronis. If you're buying or selling a home, Phil Macaronis is a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame. With over 20 years of experience finding countless buyers and sellers keys to their real estate transactions. Call 610-670-2770 and ask for Phil Macaronis for the keys to buying and selling your home. It's Muhlenberg and Berks Catholic, and Rich Garcella has his keys to tonight's game.
Let's start with the visitors, the Muhlenberg Muhls. The 3 keys for the Muhls tonight. Toughness. They've got to be tough. That means defending. That means rebounding. That means going after loose basketballs. The second one is patience. They want to remain patient on offense and on defense. They're going to play a variety of zone defenses tonight against the Saints to try to slow down Kingston McCoy. And the third thing is speed. They feel like they have the edge in speed, and they want to take advantage of it. For the home team, the Berks Catholic Saints, take care of the basketball. Bob, we've seen a lot a lot of times in these Division I matchups, teams will get sloppy and careless, and the teams that has the most turnovers is usually the team on the losing end. So it's going to be very important for the Saints to handle Muhlenberg's pressure well. They want to play a half-court game. They don't want to make this a full-court game. They want to keep the Mules from getting into transition, getting easy baskets. And the third thing is rebounding. And I think that's a big key tonight because if you look, you could say, well, Muhlenberg, they attack the glass all the time. But the Saints somehow find a way to at least neutralize the glass with a Kingston McCoy, with a Johnny Giese, and others.
Yeah, I think it'll also be very interesting because the Mules are going to come after Berks Catholic. Berks Catholic's prepared for that. They'll do so with a 1-2-2 with that length of Eli Hemmings out in the front of it. It can be very daunting, especially on what is a smaller floor here at Berks Catholic. That 1-2-2 can be that much more imposing.
Yeah, a good point, because it is a smaller court than most. It's definitely smaller than the Geigel complex in Wilson, for sure. And with Hemmings at the top of that zone, he could cause a lot of havoc with the Saints, get into passing lanes a lot easier, and get a hand in shooters' faces.
It is a great crowd, a capacity crowd here at Lloyd Wolf Gymnasium, and we'll turn that spotlight on brought to you by Huber's Auto Group. And tonight we're going to focus on a guy that Rich was talking about a moment ago for a spotlight, and that is Berks Catholic sophomore guard Carmelo Harper. Huber's is the region's answer for your car rental needs, whether taking the whole crew in a luxury van to Florida or just a few days in the mountains in an SUV. Huber's stands by their reservations, ensuring the ride you book is the ride you get. Check out their inventory and get a quote at huberauto.com. That's Huber, Huber, auto.com. Again, talking about Carmelo Harper, No doubt about it. The skill set is there for Carmelo Harper. He can do a lot of things, can knock down threes. He's got 21 on the season. As I mentioned a moment ago, he's at 10.5 points per game. His career high was earlier this season against Abington Heights, a very good program in District 2. He scored 21 against the Comets. He had 19 in a game we had earlier this year against Exeter. He can get it done. He's been in double figures 10 times in the Saints' first 16 games, but sometimes just has that moment where he's not really used to being the guy. He was a role player as a freshman off the bench in that ride to the state championship, and there were nights in that run to the state title game where Carmelo Harper would come off the bench and give them something, but he hasn't really kind of been the guy who really wanted to jump out and grab that spotlight, almost being somewhat contented knowing that Kingston McCoy is that guy. But Carmelo Harper does have enough that he can be a factor, and the Saints will need a little more for him as the stakes get a little bit higher going into the postseason.
There's no question. And even as a freshman last year in the state tournament, he came up big a couple times against Sharon, against North Catholic. And I think he's a real key. He and Johnny Geeser, to me, it's not Kingston McCoy. I think those two especially are the variables, the X factors, the keys to Berks Catholic success in the postseason, whether it's the county playoffs or the District 3 4A playoffs. Those are the two that have to step up.
Again, these two teams are knowing that they're going into the postseason. For Berks Catholic, they got to the Berks County semifinals last season. They lost to Reading High, and they rode that emotional loss into the postseason. Almost every conversation with Rich in the postgame show with the players from Berks Catholic, they talk about that loss to Reading High being the motivating factor. Drove them to the district championship game victory over Eastern York, and drove them all the way to Hershey for the state championship game where they ultimately lost for Devon Prep. Muhlenberg motivated in a different way because the Mules were on the outside looking in last year into the county playoffs, and their postseason was one and done. They did qualify for the District 3 playoffs. They lost in the first round to a very good Central Dauphin team, and their season was over with. So last season's postseason for the Mules was just one game and done. Guaranteed that's a motivator.
I think this is going to be a redemption tour for the Mules, whether it's the county playoffs or the district playoffs or both. I think they've been looking forward to this. And the thing is with Muhlenberg, and I don't want to get ahead of ourselves because we're still in the end of January here in this season, but they've got a lot of talent coming back. But they have two seniors, Jeff Colato and Michael Miller, who are key components of this team. And I just like the way that they can play. And I really think if Muhlenberg can put it together and play consistently for 32 minutes, they're as dangerous as any team in Berks County and as dangerous as any team in the 6A field in District 3.
Well, let's introduce you to their starting lineup. They are brought to you by Victor Emmanuel Beneficial Society. They've been serving authentic homemade Italian dishes for over 110 years. New memberships are now being accepted for only $10. The facility at 311 Hazel Street in Reading is also available for rental for private parties, banquets, and celebrations. Victor Emmanuel, a taste of Italy, right here in Reading. For the Mules, coached by Matt Flowers, a 2001 graduate of Muhlenberg High School. He is in his 5th season with Muhlenberg after his long tenure as an assistant coach at Reading High. At Muhlenberg, Matt Flowers is 81-42, including the 14-4 record so far in 2026. And we talked about those two seniors. They're their two inside players, Jeffrey Colato at 6'1", Michael Miller at 6 foot. The two forwards for the Mules who are going to bang on the boards, two football players. For Matt's brother, Rob Flowers, is the football coach at Muhlenberg. But Colato and Miller were key components of that Renaissance season on the football field. And they're going to bang on the boards tonight for the Mules with Nelson Malave, 6 foot junior, Justin Armstrong, 5'10 junior, and Eli Hemmings, 6'4 and a junior, the guards around the perimeter. Hemmings at 16.7 a game, Armstrong at 13.2, Malave at 11.6. Miller at just 6.8 points per game, as we talked about. He was off to a great start before the foul troubles got to him. He can score a whole lot more than that if that's what the game dictates to him. He had 8 in that first quarter against Reading High a week ago. For Berks Catholic and their head coach, Snip Esley, 15 seasons since the merger that formed Berks Catholic High School. And Snip Esley has been here from the very beginning. Now 311 wins and 97 losses. That's just at Berks Catholic, adding his 22 seasons at Central Catholic. And he is one of the all-time winningest coaches in Pennsylvania high school basketball history. 37 seasons, 853 wins, and 230 losses, including their 14-2 record. And again, for Berks Catholic, it'll be Johnny Giesa, 6'4 and a junior. along with Gavin Walker, 6'3", and a senior, are the forwards. Brady Altamar, the consummate point guard for Snip Esley, the 5'9" senior, along with Carmelo Harper, the 6'1" sophomore. And then it's Kingston McCoy, 6'4" senior. McCoy at 21.3 a game. Harper, as we talked about a moment ago, at 10.4 a game. Geese is at 8.5, Walker's at 5.6, and Altamar at 3.3. That is the lineups. It's the Saints and the Mules. That is our matchup tonight here at Berks Catholic High School. We're right back at it again tomorrow night. We're at Wilson on Friday night, tomorrow night, and it will be the other two teams in this Division I chase. It will be Reading High at Wilson tomorrow night, 7 o'clock from West Lawn. And then we'll wrap up our regular season schedule on Tuesday night, Wilson at Muhlenberg, getting you all primed up for the playoffs. Rich mentioned it a moment ago. We'll have a boys quarterfinal on Monday night, February the 9th. Then we'll have the 4 semifinals from the arena on Wednesday, February 11th. 2 girls semis, 2 boys semifinals, and of course the county championships, all here on WEEU and all on our YouTube channel. You can watch them as well at 8:30 WEEU Sports. We're going to take a timeout. We're back with a tip-off after this on WEEU in Reading.
Looking for the best pizza in Berks? Come to Nino's Pizza and Italian Restaurant, located along Richmond Street in Reading. Whether grabbing a pie to share before the game, getting delivery for the team, or you're looking for a real Italian dining experience in a grotto-style restaurant, put Nino's on the top of your roster. As the official pizza of WEEU's Slice of Sports, Nino's knows how to feed athletes and the rest of your crew. Nino's Pizza and Italian Restaurant, 515 Richmond Street. Call 610-921-2300 or visit ninosristorante.com.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
To find out how WEEU can be your affordable advertising partner, call 610-345-7338. When the pressure's on and it's time to make your best move, the Susan McFadden team with Keller Williams Platinum Realty is here to help you score big in today's real estate market. Whether you're buying, selling, or planning your next play, Susan's experience and dedication make her the MVP you want on your side. For winning results and a team that never stops hustling, trust the Susan McFadden team with Keller Williams, your home court advantage.
Hey Berks County, Chick-fil-A Catering makes game day even better. Choose from a variety of trays, including Chick-fil-A nuggets, mac and cheese, and chocolate chunk cookies. Perfect for your next gathering. Place your order through the Chick-fil-A app, online, or by calling ahead and pick it up at your local Chick-fil-A restaurant at Broadcasting Square, 5th Street Highway, and Exeter Commons. Take cooking off your plate and enjoy the perfect spread with Chick-fil-A Catering. Availability and order requirements vary. See restaurant for details.
Buying a home has never been so easy. I'm Chris Snyder of Mortgage America. If you're buying a home or refinancing your current one, you've come to the right place. Mortgage America's expert loan officers are available to assist you 24 hours a day, offering professional guidance throughout the home buying process. That's why we're awarded the #1 mortgage lender in Pennsylvania. Call us at 610-376-1755 or visit us at 1100 Berkshire Boulevard, Wyomissing. MNLS number 128501.
The tip-off of tonight's game is presented by the Coley Insurance Group. Discover the power of choice with Goosehead Insurance. The Coley Insurance Group, with locations in Muhlenberg and Wyomissing, they are a fully independent insurance agency with access to over 40 top-rated insurance carriers to ensure that you get the best coverage at the best price. Whether it is auto, home, or life insurance, they have you covered. At Goosehead Insurance, the Coley Insurance Group, the power of choice is yours. Call their team today, 484-848-6088. Again, alongside Rich Geisela, my name is Bob McCool, listening to and watching high school basketball tonight here on WEEU. The Mules and the Saints. Again, for Muhlenberg, Jeffrey Collado, Michael Miller, Nelson Malave, Eli Hemmings, and Justin Armstrong. And for the Saints, Johnny Giesa, Gavin Walker, Brady Altamar, Kingston McCoy, and Carmelo Harper. The Saints in their home whites with the gold and black trim. The Mules in the gold uniforms with the white and black trim. So a little bit of opposites in terms of the uniforms. And we are about to get things underway here at Lloyd Wolf Gymnasium. Adonis Fleming, Tim Negrini, and Jay Schmale on the whistles tonight here in this Division I matchup. We are set to get it rolling, the Mules and the Saints. And will be Muhlenberg who will control the tap with the length of Eli Hemmings. And Justin Armstrong will bring it up across half court. And the Saints, of course, in their traditional man-to-man defense. Looking for Hemmings inside, guarded by McCoy. Going to try to back him down a little bit. Skip pass around for Malave, right corner for three. In and out, rebounded by McCoy.
Matt Flowers said he's going to try to get the basketball to Eli Hemmings early and often.
Mules in a 3-2 half-court zone with Hemmings out at the top of that 3-2. With McCoy now having the ball between the circles. Puts it on the floor, nowhere to go. Skip pass to the corner, another extra pass. Kick it out for McCoy for three. No. Long rebound, gathered up by Armstrong. So both teams come up empty from three-point range on their first possession. Armstrong back the other way. And now it's Michael Miller. And around for Malave between the circles, guarded by Harper. Armstrong guarded by Altamar. This is Collado a long way from the basket. Here's Armstrong for the baseline for two. That's no good. McCoy pulls down his second rebound. Both teams getting some open jump shots, but coming up empty.
First two possessions, a nice job keeping Eli Hemmings away from the basket.
McCoy not looking to go through the zone. They work it inside to Giesa, double team. Kicked it out. Welker's open from the corner. That's off the back of the glass and the side of the rim. Well off the mark, and back comes the Mules, but it's taken away by Harper. Harper with the length takes away the pass. Harper to the hole, off the rim, no offensive foul.
Harper in transition where he's very effective. I think that was Malave drew the foul, didn't he? Yeah, Malave did a really nice job filling the lane and drawing the offensive foul.
So it turns out to be a turnover both ways. Harper with the steal, but then the offensive foul gives it right back to the Mules. We are scoreless. A minute and 40 seconds in here at Berks Catholic High School. Mules have the basketball. Armstrong out near half court, directing traffic. Collado sets the screen for him. Altamar spikes through it, flips it back for Miller, who's going to pop for three. That's off the rim. And the rebound this time pulled down by Harper. Muhlenberg get up 56 a game. Berks Catholic giving up 41 a game. So this is the kind of pace the Saints are looking for. Not necessarily what Muhlenberg's looking for, as we're looking for our first points of the night. Into the corner for Welker. Again, they force it inside for Giesa. Skip pass to the corner. Harper doesn't take the shot. Fade away from McCoy. That's off the mark. Malave clears up the rebound. Nothing but Mules underneath. No second chance opportunities for either side as well. Armstrong try to rub off the screen. Gives it back instead for Malave. Hemmings off the Miller screen. McCoy fights through. Hemmings takes it around the perimeter. Gives it up to Collado, who fights his way into traffic. Giesa ties him up and takes it away from it.
Great defense by Johnny Giesa. Collado looked like he was going up with a shot. Giesa got it, stole it before he went up.
Altamar from the corner for three. There it is.
It's amazing.
It is a WEEU tradition.
It sure is.
When Berks Catholic plays, that Brady Altamar will get the scoring started with a three. Here's Malave to match it, and he does.
And Malave can't get hot. He's a streaky shooter.
Brady Altamar with that three has 13 on the season, and we're going to take credit for well more than half of it. Here's Giesa going strong into the hole, no good, but he's fouled.
Beyond Collado.
First foul against the Mules will put Johnny Giesa at the free throw line to shoot two, tied at three.
Giesa has gotten the ball low inside that zone, and it looked like he had other opportunities and passed them up. That time, no, he went to the basket and drew the foul on Jeff Collado.
Giesa at the free throw line, a 79% free throw shooter, but he misses the first. We're going to get our first substitute of the game as well. Jaden Perez will check into the game now for Muhlenberg. The 6'4 senior will come in. Collado will come out. 4:41 left to go in period number one. Johnny Giesa trying to put the Saints back up on top with a second of two free throws, and it spins out on him. So we stay tied at three. Hemmings with a rebound. Malave up ahead for Perez. Going to try to back down Giesa. Fade away off the glass. No good. Fight for the rebound, and Harper wins it. Harper tries to dribble it out through traffic. Miller took it away from him. Kept it loose. Great hustle play by Michael Miller. Armstrong kicks it out. Malave, corner three. Yes.
Back-to-back threes for Malave. Again, he's a streak shooter. If he gets it going, he can be very, very effective.
And the big play made by Michael Miller with the hustle to keep the ball in the possession of the Mules. Harper to match the three on the other end, no. First offensive rebound gathered up by Welker, who finds Gisa for two. First offensive rebound by either side as Gavin Welker leads to a two. Here's Miller going right at Welker, comes up empty. Harper comes up with a basketball. Saints have it back. 6-5 our score. Muhlenberg on top. 3:45 left to go in the first.
Great defense by Harper. Get inside.
Mules will fall back into that 3-2 zone defense now with Armstrong at the top. McCoy drives, kicks it for Welker. Saints in no hurry. As Rich said, they've been looking for Gisa inside. They do it again. This time Gisa goes to the rack and gets two more.
Yeah, that was a very terrific ball movement by the Saints. Found Gisa inside against Jaden Perez.
Gives the Saints the lead back again at 7-6. 3:10 left to go in the first quarter. Armstrong poked away by Altamar. Gives it up instead for Malave out at the center circle. Again, Perez trying to post up against Gisa. Going to try to back him down. Little fade away, and it's good.
Wasn't pretty, but it was effective.
Jaden Perez known more for his three-point shooting than his post-up play. But he posts up Gisa, and the fadeaway puts the Mules back up on top.
Fadeaway was
8-7.
He almost fell on his rear end, falling backwards.
And almost out of bounds as well.
Yeah.
Tough angle when it was all said and done. Harper right side for three. That's no good. Perez has the rebound. Up ahead, Malave pushes for Muhlenberg. Little stutter step and a kick out. Armstrong's open for three. That's good.
Nice look by Malave. Tried to get into the lane, saw there was nothing there. Kicked it back out to Armstrong, who buried the three. Armstrong got off to a slow start against Reading. Let's see if that changes tonight.
Yeah, that's got to make Matt Flowers feel good to see Justin Armstrong get some points early. Here to the corner is McCoy, still looking for his first points of the night. Inside goes Altamar into the teeth of the defense, poked away. It'll stay. Berks Catholic basketball. A couple substitutions for Muhlenberg. Josh Miller, the 6'1 sophomore, and Ryan Hutchison, the 6-foot sophomore, also will check in. Miller and Armstrong out for Matt Flowers with 2:02 left to go in the first. McCoy still has not scored for Berks Catholic. Saints are down 11-7. Welker in the wing, inside for Gisa. Gisa backs down, spins, shot, no good, but he's fouled. Johnny Gisa's going back to the free throw line.
Jaden Perez will get the foul. That's his first, team second. Again, Gisa has space inside. That could be something that can work for the Saints.
So Gisa, who missed two free throws a moment ago, will be back at the line to shoot two more here. He's got 4 of the Saints' first 7 points. First foul shot is no good. 1:56 left to go here in the first. Mules have the largest lead for either side right now with just 4, 11-7.
Gisa, a very good free throw shooter, too, unlike him missing 3 in a row.
Makes the adjustment and makes the bucket. He's got 5, and the Saints are down by 3. 11-8 Muhlenberg with the basketball. Miller, Malave, Perez, Hemmings, and Hutchison. Malave drives, blocked by Altamar, and ultimately taken away by Brady Altamar. Good defense by the Saints. They get the ball back with 1:40 to go in the first. Keeping it on the left side with McCoy on the right. Now Altamar flips it for McCoy, who quickly gives it up for Welker. Thought about the three. Baseline move instead by Harper is 2.
We talked about Harper being a key tonight. Snip Esserly said he's ready for a big game.
Welker had the 3, but gave it up for the better look for Harper, who drives for 2. His first field goal pulls the Saints to within 1. Malave, fadeaway left elbow, tough shot, back iron, rebounded by McCoy. Kingston already knows he doesn't have numbers, he'll just wait for help. I don't think he's taken a shot yet, has he?
He's taken 2 shots.
He's taken 2
a 3
shots.
and a 2, yeah.
Okay, so McCoy scoreless to this point in time. Inside of a minute to go in the quarter. Foul line, Gisa left alone, jumper, no good. Rebounded by Hutchison, the Mules have it back. And deflected, Hemmings pass deflected out of bounds, and it will stay Muhlenberg basketball. With that, Oyo Gilavaji will check into the game. 5'10 senior will come in, and Welker will come out. Gilavaji, who can shoot threes. He's got 19 threes on the year.
Matt Flowers, just a little quick chat with Eli Hemmings, who still hasn't taken a shot. Trying to get him going on offense. for the Mules.
45 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Mules with the basketball in a 1-point lead. Lave handling the basketball. Armstrong right now on the Muhlenberg bench. Here's Hutchinson. Swinging around for Miller, who can shoot the three. Hemmings looking for his first field goal. Driving inside, and Hemmings misses. Tipped it up, gets it back, and now he's fouled. Eli Hemmings had made up his mind that he was not going to finish the first quarter without any points, I think.
And I think that had a little bit, that chat with Matt Flowers had a little something to do with him taking it to the basket.
So he will take it to the free throw line instead. Hemmings at 16.7 points per game, looking for his first points of the night.
Fouls on Altamar, his first, team second.
And Hemmings is in the book as he makes the first of two. Collada will check back in now for Muhlenberg, and Jaden Perez will come out. 19.5 left to go in the first quarter. So more than likely, Berks Catholic will try and hold for one shot to finish off the first. Two for two for Eli Hemmings. Gives Muhlenberg a 3-point lead. 13-10 Mules. And as I said, 19.5. Muhlenberg, of course, will extend the defense. McCoy gives it up across half court to Guillemot-Gilles. They don't trap him. Matt Flowers was hoping for it. Here's McCoy with 10. To the corner. Baseline move by Harper. Collision and a block. Going to be a blocking foul on Hutchinson. Stops the clock with 6.4 left in the period.
Yeah, Harper had a path to the basket. Hutchinson got there late, got the call, got the blocking call.
Could have been a big whistle if it went the other way because Harper already has one. 6.4, Saints have time to get a shot off to end the quarter. Not yet for Muhlenberg. Matt Flowers is going to call a timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Interesting decision here with 6.4 left to go in the quarter. That'll give you some idea of what Matt Flowers is thinking this early in the game. Not wanting to give up a bucket on the end of the quarter.
Yeah, I'm surprised at that, Bob, and I think you are too. With 6 seconds left and a 3-point lead, maybe just doesn't want them to get a three. Maybe he expects a play from Berks Catholic, a particular play, and he just wants to warn his guys. But to use one of your 5 timeouts in this situation is surprising.
At the end of the second, yeah, I could see it that way. But at the end of the first, you kind of if they get a bucket and they tie it up after one period, you got in between quarters to talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. But he's got 81 wins, and we don't.
We don't have any.
So the Saints will inbound. Altamar looking for the back door. It's closed. Gets it inbounds. Here's McCoy. Beat the buzzer. Good if it goes. It does not. And that is how the first quarter comes to an end. After 8 minutes here at Lloyd Wolf Gymnasium, it is the Muhlenberg Muhls 13, the Berks Catholic Saints 10. We're back with second quarter action presented to you by Savage Auto Group live on WEEU in Reading.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
To find out how WEEU can be your affordable advertising partner, call 610-345-7338.
Updating your furniture and appliances? The Habitat for Humanity Restore of Berks County can help. The Restore offers free pickup of your gently used furniture and appliances from your Berks County home. We offer convenient scheduling for our free pickups through our website, restoreberks.org. Located at 5370 Allentown Pike in Temple, the Restore is open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesdays through Saturdays. You might just find that special thing to tie the room together at the Restore. Support your community with your donation to the Habitat for Humanity Restore of Berks County.
Welcome back. We get you set for quarter number 2. The Mules, thanks to 3 threes in the first quarter, 2 of them by Nelson Malave, out on top of Berks Catholic by 3. After 1, 13-10 Mules on top. Berks Catholic will have the basketball as we get set to start quarter number 2.
Yeah, both teams 4 for 11 from the field in the first quarter. Kingston McCoy 0 for 3, no points. Eli Hemmings 2 for 2 from the line, 2 points. So the 2 leading scorers didn't do much damage in the first quarter.
Justin Armstrong back out there for the Mules to start the second quarter, along with Eli Hemmings, Nelson Malave, Josh Miller, and Jaden Perez on defense. The Saints to the high post for Giesa, and then back to the corner. Guilavagy along with Altamar, Harper, and McCoy. Guilavagy for three. That's no good. Long rebound, tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Johnny Giese. It's Muhlenberg basketball.
Yeah, good defense there by Muhlenberg.
So again, the two top scorers, if you will, for these two teams. Kingston McCoy for Berks Catholic. Eli Hemmings for Muhlenberg with just a combined two, and that was 2 free throws by Hemmings at the close of the first quarter. Hemmings has it right now, guarded by McCoy. Nice screen. Good pick, good switch by Giese. Leaves Perez open for three at the top of the key. That's no good. Tipped, controlled by Carmelo Harper and Berks Catholic. Round for Altamar. And McCoy now lining up, setting up shop down in the low post.
Yeah, that was a switch because he'd been handling the ball at the top of the zone. Now Brady Altamar is doing that.
McCoy now has it in the corner, out to the top for Altamar. And around for Harper, fakes the three, pull up for the two on the baseline, money. Second field goal for Carmelo Harper, pulls the Saints to within one. Armstrong on a clear out, goes right at Altamar, no good with the shot, but he will shoot two.
And that's the second foul on Brady Altamar, I do believe. Armstrong saw the opening and took advantage of it, drew the foul.
So Armstrong will shoot two. That's not the concern because, as Rich said, the foul on Justin Armstrong.
Yeah, Brady Altamar is a very very good defender. And now he has 2 fouls, and Snip Esterly has to decide whether to keep him in the game or sit him down with 6:43 left in the second quarter.
Armstrong makes the first of two. As of now, there is nobody at the scorer's table, so Snip Esterly, well, maybe that just changed. Gavin Walker now at the scorer's table, but it's going to be too late to get him on the floor. As Armstrong makes them both, they will get him in on the second made free throw. So Altamar will come out, Gavin Walker in.
Well, here's the thing. Snip Esterly changed the zone offense after the first quarter and had Brady Altamar handle the ball and put Kingston McCoy down low. Now he can't do that. It looks like McCoy is going to handle the ball again.
Dangerous pass into the middle, and Guilavagy just pulled it away before Josh Miller runs into him, and there's a foul. Ticks faster, and Miller may have picked that one and went the other way with it. Instead, he picks up his first foul against Muhlenberg in the second.
Yeah, Kingston McCoy's handling the ball at the top of the zone now with Altamar on the bench with 2 fouls.
McCoy skips it around for Welker to the high post for Giese. Backdoor is Harper. Good job by Perez to adjust. No shot taken. Again, Giese running off the high post. Here's McCoy looking for something. Dumps it inside for Giese. Backs down. He's double teamed. Back to McCoy in the corner. Great defense by Muhlenberg. Skip pass and around to Harper along the baseline. Floater, no. Rebounded by Hemmings.
I think Giese has got to be more aggressive offensively. He's got a mismatch inside. Once the ball gets into him, there are smaller defenders around him.
Giese looked for his shot a couple times a couple possessions in a row in that first quarter, and he had 5 points for the Saints in that first. Substitution for Muhlenberg. Michael Miller back in. Jaden Perez out. So a much smaller lineup on the floor right now for Muhlenberg, with the exception of Hemmings at 6'4". Armstrong, a little fadeaway from the baseline, is pure.
That's really important for Muhlenberg to see Justin Armstrong attack the basket like that.
And especially with Brady Altamar now on the bench, saddled with 2 fouls, the Mules cashing in that advantage with Armstrong, who's got has 5, and the Mules have a 5-point lead. Here's Giese at the high post, and he's fouled from behind. Reach-in foul called against the Mules.
It might be on Hemmings.
I think it's on Hemmings. You're right on the reach-in.
Yes.
His first, Mules second. I said Armstrong has 5 points. He does have 7, but the Mules now have their largest lead at 5.
Let me remind our audience, Bob, we're 5:32 left in the second quarter. Kingston McCoy hasn't scored. The last time these two teams met, he scored a career-high 40.
And now a turnover and inbound as he stepped on the sideline. So a turnover by the Saints, just their third on the inbounds pass, and Muhlenberg will get the ball back. Sitting on a 5-point lead with 5:25 left to go in the first half. Armstrong with the ball in his hands. Again, see, I would not be surprised. They just keep clearing out for Armstrong and trying to give him the ball. Let him go to work. That's what they've done. They'll help defensively by Giese. Leaves Miller alone, top of the key. That's no good. Rebounded by Harper. Armstrong trying to sneak in from behind to get away from Harper, but Harper saw him coming. And the Saints keep possession. Here's Harper, top of the key from distance, in and out. Rebounded by Armstrong on a bounce. Up ahead for Malave, fakes the three, drives, and kicks it back for Miller. And right back to Malave, they threw it away.
Bob, at the other end, Muhlenberg is doing exactly what Matt Flowers wants to do. They're keeping Kingston McCoy from going off and scoring. They're not giving him much room at the top of the zone, and they're not letting him get to the basket.
17-12, our score remains. And again, that 1-2-2, Hemmings caused a little bit of problems. Almost took it away from McCoy. He now has it just across half court with 4:30 left to go in the first half. To the corner for Harper. To the high post for Gisa. Puts it on the floor, off the rim, not there, and rebounded by Malave. Nothing on the offensive glass for either side. Malave in transition, up off the glass, and rolled it in with the left hand.
Pretty move by Nelson Malave, lead up to 7.
Malave now with 8. 19-12 our score. As we hit the halfway mark of period at number 2. Dangerous pass, and Michael Miller stole it away. Back the other way come the Mules. Malave to Miller, to Josh Miller for 3. No. Battle for the rebound, and it's in the hands of Harper, and the Saints have it right back. And Armstrong on the reach-in will commit the foul. Armstrong went for the steal to get it away from Carmelo. Harper commits his first foul instead.
Here comes Brady Altamar back in. Snip Esterly can't wait any further. Johnny Gisa looks very tentative offensively, Bob. He looks very unsure of himself. Even had the ball near midcourt and almost lost it, and then dribbling it, and then did with the pass. He's got to get more confidence inside.
Saints with just the Harper field goal here in the second quarter. That's it. It's a 6-2 quarter right now in favor of Muhlenberg with 3:35 left to go in the second. Again, they post Harper up down low with Gisa at the high post. Kick it out instead for Altamar. They just can't get the ball in McCoy's hands.
McCoy is begging for them to throw them the ball inside.
Now he has it and gives it up immediately to Welker. And there's the high post again for Gisa. Gisa kicks it back. Altamar catch and shoot 3. No. Long rebound will be gathered up by Michael Miller, and the Mules get it right back. Defensive clinic going on right now by the Muhlenberg Mules in this second quarter.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They're keeping the shooters, keeping the ball away from the Berks Catholic shooters, including McCoy.
Inside of 3 minutes to go in the half. Malave, a little stutter step again with that left-hand floater, not there. Not a great shot that time by Malave with a 7-point lead. The Saints get it back. McCoy, they trap him to force him to give it up, and Armstrong's going to get called, I believe, on a reach-in. If so, that's number 2 on Justin Armstrong.
Yeah, and the 4th team foul on the Mules. Yep, that's who it is. Let's see what Matt Flowers does here.
They had him trapped. McCoy was trapped between Armstrong and Malave. Armstrong went for the steal and got caught with his hands in a cookie jar, so he's going to come out. And Jaden Perez back in, or not. This little conversation, McCoy and Armstrong getting into it a little bit afterwards. The officials call them over, say, all right, we're not going to have any of that, and no more of that. Armstrong out with the second foul. Perez back in.
This is a very experienced and A-list, top-notch crew on this game tonight. It'll be interesting to see now with Armstrong out who handles the ball for the Mules.
2:40 left to go. Saints down by 7. Welker for 3. No. And rebounded by Miller. Up ahead to Hemmings. Hemmings looked to get it inside for Malave. I believe it was touched. It was touched by McCoy. Now the officials are going to talk this over.
And one of them has no touch, and one of them has that it was tipped.
Yep.
And they've reversed it.
Yep. And the official who was from behind was very confident that he knew and saw whose hand it went off, and he reversed the call.
I'll be honest, I was blocked out. I couldn't see it.
So the Saints will get it back with 2:24 left to go in the second quarter. Mules on top 19-12. It's what's been a low-scoring but dominant quarter for Muhlenberg.
Yeah, Gisa missed a flashing Welker to the basket. Gisa's got to look to the basket. He's looking to pass the ball back outside instead of looking to the basket.
Altamar to the corner for Harper. There's that high post again for Gisa. Drives, spins, but travels. Johnny Gisa tried to spin away from the defensive Jaden Perez and took the extra step in the process. The Mules will get it right back. 5 first-half turnovers now for Berks Catholic. 3 of them here in the second quarter, which now has 2 minutes remaining.
Here's the answer. Hemmings is going to handle the ball.
Hemmings with just 2 points on the night. Here's Miller on the post up, right back to Hemmings. Catch and shoot, tough three from the corner. No, and up and over the backboard and out of bounds. It's a really tough shot for Hemmings, coming to his left, stop and plant for three.
Bob, what were the odds, or what before the game, that Eli Hemmings and Kingston McCoy would have no field goals with less than 2 minutes left in the first half?
Two guys are averaging 38 points combined between the two of them. With 1:35 to go, they have two. 19-12. There's Harper, drives himself right into a double team. He's trapped in a corner and throws it almost away, or did he? Hemmings, I believe, touched it last. Yep. Nope, they're going to say Berks Catholic tipped it away from Hemmings. It'll be Muhlenberg basketball.
Yeah, Harper, you got it right, Bob. He dribbled into the baseline and got the double team and then had nowhere to go.
So the Saints give it right back on their fourth second quarter turnover with 1:20 now left in the first half. Great first two quarters for Muhlenberg, at least now with final minute here. Giesa with a deflection, but it goes out of bounds. It'll stay Muhlenberg basketball. 71 seconds remaining in the first half. And again, in this second quarter, Berks Catholic, 2 points.
Yeah, just wonderful defense by the Mules. Matt Flowers couldn't ask for better defense.
Hemmings, nowhere to go, gives it up for Perez. Mules not in a hurry right now, inside of a minute to go. Miller on the post up with Altamar playing with 2 fouls. Michael Miller, turnaround jumper, went halfway down and spun out, and Altamar had the rebound. It just cleared out knowing Altamar had 2 fouls and let Miller go after it.
Really smart defense by Altamar not to pick up the third foul, and a smart strategy move by the Mules.
See what the Saints do with inside of 40 seconds to go, down by 7 here in the second quarter. Here's McCoy, deflected by Hemmings, taken away by Hemmings. Hemmings going right at McCoy, drops it back for Malave, who lays it in. Nelson Malave from the feed from Hemmings, who had the steal. It's a 9-point Muhlenberg lead.
Absolute defensive clinic by the Mules this quarter.
15 seconds to go for the Saints, down by 9 to finish the half. Welker to McCoy, double team for Giesa, paint up and off the rim. McCoy flies in, deflected at last. Muhlenberg's going to get another shot here with 4.5 left in the quarter, and they'll get Armstrong back on the floor.
And I might want to take Altamar out here so he doesn't pick up a third foul with 4.5 seconds left. But he's staying in the game.
And he's going to go guard Armstrong.
And I would go attack.
Armstrong is going to do just that, right to the rim and off the glass in 2.
Yeah, Altamar had to back off.
The Muhlenberg Mules with an absolutely picture-perfect second quarter holds not only Berks Catholic to 2 points, but runs off 10 of their own, including the last 4 points on drives to the hole, and they take a double-digit lead to the break. When we come back, it's time for a Lincoln Plumbing halftime show with Muhlenberg on top of Berks Catholic, 23-12, live on WEEU, 8:30 a.m. in Reading.
Hi, I'm Ava Janikowicz. I'm a member of the Student Government Executive Council, National Honor Society, captain of the field hockey team, vice president of the DECA Business Club, and a Saint ambassador. One of my favorite things about my school is our strong community. We really feel like a family at BC. We love, care, and respect each other, much like my own family. Come be a part of something great. To learn more about my school and how to be a Saint, contact the admissions office at berkscatholic.org.
Looking for the best pizza in Berks? Come to Nino's Pizza and Italian Restaurant, located along Richmond Street in Reading. Whether grabbing a pie to share before the game, getting delivery for the team, or you're looking for a real Italian dining experience in a grotto-style restaurant, put Nino's on the top of your roster. As the official pizza of WEEU's Slice of Sports, Nino's knows how to feed athletes and the rest of your crew. Nino's Pizza and Italian Restaurant, 515 Richmond Street. Call 610-921-2300 or visit ninosrestaurant.com.
If you are buying or selling a home, contact RE/MAX real estate agent Phil Macaronis. With over 20 years of experience and a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame, Phil does it all, from residential to commercial real estate sales. And with his large catalog of repeat and referral customers, you know you can depend on Phil Macaronis, no matter where you're looking for your next home. Call 610-670-2770 or call Phil directly anytime at 610-858-4555.
Buying a home has never been so easy. I'm Chris Snyder of Mortgage America. If you're buying a home or refinancing your current one, you've come to the right place. Mortgage America's expert loan officers are available to assist you 24 hours a day, offering professional guidance throughout the home buying process. That's why we're awarded the #1 mortgage lender in Pennsylvania. Call us at 610-376-1755 or visit us at 1100 Berkshire Boulevard, Wyomissing. MNLS number 128501.
Tonight's halftime show is brought to you by Lincoln Plumbing and Heating. When you need a plumber, get a good one. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years, Lincoln Plumbing has the experience to help from a leaky faucet to a whole bathroom remodel. Call 610-376-0863 for Lincoln Plumbing and Heating, as honest as their name. Alongside Rich Garcella, my name is Bob McCool. A 10-2 second quarter in favor of the Muhlenberg Muhls has Muhlenberg on top of Berks Catholic 23-12 at the halftime break. Again, this a Muhlenberg team that lost to Berks Catholic the first time around, 69-55 on their home floor, with Kingston McCoy having a career-high 40. Kingston McCoy has a career low of 0 going into this. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's a career low to have no points at this point in time in the game, but to go no points from McCoy and 2 points in the second quarter, it's as good of 8 minutes of defense as you'll ever see played by the Muhlenberg Muhls.
He had 1 point in the first half against Reading back over the holidays in that loss at the Geigo Complex. But I thought when Matt Flowers talked to us before the game, I thought the Mules would try to be physical with him. I thought they'd try to bump him. They really haven't. They've just given him no space at all, and that's something that Matt Flowers said the first time. They gave him too much space. They've not given him an inch. And the middle of the zone behind that top three, that in 3-2 defense, is open. And the Saints, particularly Johnny Giesa, have been unable to take advantage of it.
Yeah, the 3-2 has really been the magic potion tonight for Muhlenberg. It has worked really well. Berks Catholic is feeding the post. Giesa early was kicking it out. Then there was a period in the first quarter where he kind of took it to the hole, ended up at the free throw line, ended up with 5 points in the first quarter, but in the second quarter, he looked more to be the distributor on the kickouts, and the Saints just weren't able to make the outside shots, and they just didn't give McCoy a chance at all to pull the trigger on anything. Now, I will say this. We have seen McCoy in these situations before where he will come out in the third quarter and just say, all right, we need something. It's time for me to go.
Yeah, I would expect that in a few minutes here. No shots in the second quarter for Kingston McCoy. None. 0. The Saints are 5 for 19 from the field. They're 1 for 9 from three-point range. And quite honestly, Muhlenberg isn't shooting that great, 8 for 21. The Saints are pretty fortunate to be down only 11 after that second quarter.
The other thing that Muhlenberg did really well, and again, this is coaching, and Matt Flowers and his staff did a great job throughout this first half. We're talking about the defense, but they did it on offense too, because once they realized the situations, they were isolating players, and obviously it became, when Brady Altamar got his second foul, they used it to their advantage. It didn't work every time. Micah Miller had a shot that spun out on him. It cost him 2 points. But Justin Armstrong certainly took full advantage of the fact that Brady Altamar was either on the bench with 2 fouls or in a position where he didn't want to pick up the third, and they went right after it.
Yeah, especially in the final few seconds of the second quarter. Armstrong went right to the basket, and Altamar had to back off, so he wouldn't pick up his third foul, and Armstrong scored. He's got 9 points in the first half. Again, we said last Thursday against Reading in the Mules' last game, Armstrong struggled in the first half and really finished, and he had 8 points in the second half, but he did not score in the first half against the Red Knights. Tonight, he's their second leading scorer with 9. Malave, again, we've said, he can go off. He's got 10 points here in the first half.
Well, he has a career high of 25 against Berks Catholic. We had saw him. He was our player of the game in a game against Exeter, but he had 24. So Nelson Malave can score. And as Rich said, he had 2 threes early and a couple of field goals in the second quarter. 10 points for Malave, 9 for Armstrong, 2 for Jaden Perez, and let's not forget, only 2 for Eli Hemmings. But he did a great job defensively, came up with a big steal at the end, and then dropped it off nicely for Malave for 2 in the second to last field goal for the Mules at the end of quarter number 2. For Berks Catholic, 5 points for Johnny Giesa, 3 for Brady Altamar, and 4 for Carmelo Harper. Harper with the Saints' lone field goal in the second quarter. Again, a 10-2 advantage for Muhlenberg in period number 2. They lead at 23-12. Take a timeout. Back with more of our Lincoln Plumbing and Heating halftime show after this on WEEU in Reading.
I'm Adrian Polanco, Student Body Vice President at Berks Catholic High School. Faith isn't just something we talk about here. It's something we live every day. Whether it starts our mornings in prayer, celebrating Mass together, going on retreats, or serving others in our community, our faith guides who we are and how we treat one another. Being rooted in God gives us purpose. It teaches us compassion, integrity, and leadership. At Berks Catholic, faith brings us together as one family. This is Berks Catholic, a time to be bold. To learn more about my school, visit berkscatholic.org.
Your house needs to handle those frigid temperatures all season long. Keith HVAC, Electrical, and Plumbing has been keeping homes and businesses running smoothly every winter for the past 30 years. Plumbing, electric, and heating systems work extra hard while it's cold. So let Keith keep you comfortable.
Quality you trust, comfort you deserve. Call 610-589-6461 or visit KeithHVAC.com. Get Keith HVAC, Electrical, and Plumbing. You can't avoid the cold weather, but your home stays warm thanks to Keith.
Looking for the best pizza in Berks? Come to Nino's Pizza and Italian Restaurant, located along Richmond Street in Reading. Whether grabbing a pie to share before the game, getting delivery for the team, or you're looking for a real Italian dining experience in a grotto-style restaurant, put Nino's on the top of your roster. As the official pizza of WEEU's Slice of Sports, Nino's knows how to feed athletes and the rest of your crew. Nino's Pizza and Italian Restaurant, 515 Richmond Street. Call 610-921-2300 or visit ninosristorante.com.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
To find out how WEEU can be your affordable advertising partner, call 610-345-7338. Welcome back to our Lincoln Plumbing and Heating halftime show. Again, it is 23-12 our score here. Our coverage doesn't end when the buzzer sounds. Of course, first we'll have our Pizza Como Temple postgame show. Rich Garcella with our winning coach and our Reading Fightin' Phil's player of the game. And then back to the WEEU studios where Matt Knob and Jeff Nolan will have our scoreboard show to follow our coverage here tonight on WEEU. And then we are right back at it tomorrow night. We are in West Lawn, the Reading Red Knights and the Wilson Bulldogs going after one another. The other two teams at the top of the standings in Division One. Again, between Berks Catholic at the top right now and Wilson tentatively sitting at number 4. A game and a half separating the four of them for the top of the Division One standings.
Yeah, Bob, we talked in the pregame show about somebody for Berks Catholic needing to step up, and we mentioned Carmelo Harper and Johnny Giesa behind Kingston McCoy. You expect Kingston McCoy to get his offense going here in the second half. We've seen that before after quiet first half. But they need somebody else offensively, somebody who's going to score. Harper was aggressive. Giesa wasn't as aggressive. He needs to be more confident when he gets the ball in the middle of that zone.
So we start this third quarter with the Mules on top of the Saints again, 23-12, and our start of our second half is presented to you in part by Financial Planning Advisors. Their team of professional advisors can help guide your investment planning, retirement planning, or planning for the cost of your child's college education. Less than 2% of high school athletes receive a college scholarship. Financial Planning Advisors can help you plan for the increasing costs of college. Get Financial Planning Advisors working on your team. Call them at 610-376-6334 or go to financialpa.com. As we get started the second half again, the Mules have the basketball and the lead, and immediately going inside to Malave and a post-up. McCoy on the deflection on the run-out. Kingston McCoy that quickly will score to start the third quarter.
Look out for him in the third quarter. He's going to find a way to score.
And that time he does it off his defense with the deflection and the finish on the other end. Here's Armstrong again going right at Altamar. Good recovery. Kicks it back for Hemmings. Off the screen. Hemmings to the hole. Off the rim. No. Tipped up in the air. Still loose. And Hemmings gets it back. Hemmings going to kick it out for Malave. Spots up for right wing three. No. Long rebound controlled by Welker. So Muhlenberg comes up empty on its first possession. And the Saints get it right back. Down 23-14 after the first points of the second half. Giesa flips it to the corner to Welker, to the baseline for Harper. Right back to Welker.
Giesa had Armstrong on his hip, and they missed him.
It's time to the high post. Welker looking inside. Harper left alone in the corner for three. Got it. First 5 points of the second half belong to Berks Catholic. It's now a 6-point game. 23-17, Collado drives, kicks it back. Hemmings takes a nasty spill on the floor, gets himself back up. Malave going to give him a breather a little bit as he dribbles out near half court. Kicks it back for Armstrong. Fakes the three, wants to drive it out to Bar. Trying to get him up in the air. A little fadeaway. No. Rebounded by Gisa.
Armstrong loves going to his left. That time he couldn't finish.
Saints got it back. Chance to chip away a little bit more. Down 11 at halftime. There's Gisa in the paint. Not looking for his shot. Now he is as he backs down Collado. Up with a little hook. Not there. Rebounded by McCoy, and he's fouled. One of the few offensive rebounds on the night tonight for Berks Catholic, and it's Kingston McCoy who's headed to the free throw line.
Can't see who that was on. Was that Hemmings? Yes.
Second on Hemmings. First foul in the second half against either side. McCoy at the free throw line where he is an 82% free throw shooter on the season. Another coming his way. McCoy about to go over the 1,400 point mark in his career. Needed 5 in tonight's game to get that. He's got 3 right now. Again, don't forget, he missed a significant chunk of his sophomore season after breaking his leg in a game against Reading High here at Lloyd Wolf Gymnasium. 2 for 2 for McCoy. Saints run to start the third quarter continues as they've scored 7 straight. Makes it a 4-point Muhlenberg lead at 23-19. 2 minutes into the third quarter. Malave in a dribble drive and a fadeaway. No. And gathered up. Miller hustling with Welker, but he was on the end line. Michael Miller was actually standing on the end line when he touched the basketball. It's Berks Catholic ball.
Nice crossover by Malave, but he couldn't finish as well. Saints, believe it or not, have a chance to cut this to 2 or to 1.
Got to figure that Matt Flowers talked about weathering a storm, knowing full well that Berks Catholic was going to come after them hard here in the third quarter, and that's exactly what they're trying to do right now. Gieson to the high post. Kick out. Harper again for 3. No. Long rebound gathered up by Armstrong. In the open floor, Justin Armstrong trying to go from one end to the other. Tied up by Altamar. Kicks it back for Miller. He drives in the paint. Dumps it for Collado, who missed the shot. McCoy pulls down the rebound. Everything but the finish for Collado, and the Saints get it right back.
I'm really surprised that wasn't a held ball with Altamar, but regardless, Collado had a chance for the layup and just didn't get it to fall.
5:15 to go in the third. Mules up by 4. Harper, who just missed the 3, turns down the shot here. Again, Gisa from the foul line. Dumps it inside to McCoy, posting up. Guarded by Malave, kicks it back instead. Skip pass for Welker right side. Nothing down low. Miller goes for the steal. Welker pulls it away from him. And they ultimately kick it back out, and Altamar will start it again.
Kingston McCoy begging for the basketball.
Harper open for 2. That's no good. Rebounded by Armstrong. Malave, left wing, thought about the 3, decided to better of it. Will drive instead and work his way around for that left-hand finish of his.
Little Euro step by Malave, gets the finish.
25-19 as the Mules stop the 7-0 run for Berks Catholic coming out of the locker room. Push it back to a 6-point Muhlenberg advantage. Again, Gisa from the high post, looking for somebody. Eventually it's McCoy. 2 defenders right there with him. Again, right back to Gisa. Harper inside for Welker. Good touch pass for Gisa and a layup.
Really nice ball movement by the Saints against the zone. Good assist by Welker.
Johnny Gisa with his first field goal since the first quarter. He's got 7. The lead is 4. 25-21 in favor of Muhlenberg. Armstrong off the Miller screen. Nowhere to go. Gives it up for Miller at the foul line. And right back to Malave out near half court. Who takes a look over from Matt Flowers what he wants to run. 3:45 left to go in the third period. Mules took a lead at 8-7, and they extended it to 3 after a quarter. And here's a turnover. Miller trying to force it down low to Collado. Gisa took it away.
And this pace is to the Saints' liking. It's a slower pace. They wanted to make this a half-court game, and so far in the second half they have.
Saints also turned it over 7 times in the first half. None so far here in the third. Gisa from the foul line. Gives it up for Welker. Not great spacing right now for Berks Catholic against the zone. Altamar, great drive and a find to Harper.
What a pass by Altamar.
Saints are within a deuce, 25-23 as Carmelo Harper finishes off that feed from Brady Altamar. 9 now for Harper. Inside of 3 minutes to go in the third.
Very stagnant on offense. the Mules are. Matt Flowers telling his players to move.
Armstrong drives, tries to dump it for Collado and a foul.
It's going to be on Harper.
It is Carmelo Harper's second personal foul. First foul against Berks Catholic here in the third. Josh Miller, Jaden Perez. Josh Miller, the sophomore, will come in for Michael Miller, no relation. Jaden Perez, the senior, will come in for Jeffrey Collado. All comes with 2:41 left to go third. Saints down by 2. Muhlenberg with the basketball.
This is a less physical Muhlenberg team on the floor now without Miller and Collado.
Armstrong off the Hemming screen and a foul fighting through that screen on Brady Altamar. Number 3 on Altamar. So he avoided picking up that third foul in the second quarter. He picks up number 3 here with 2:33 left to go in period number 3. He also inbound underneath. Armstrong, Perez, Josh Miller, Hemmings, and Malave, the 5 on the floor for the Mules.
Let's see if Armstrong gets the ball and tries to take.
Perez with a pretty spin move, but he slipped and fell, and Muhlenberg turns it over. Great drop step move for Jaden Perez, but the feet went out from under it. McCoy open for 3, no. Long rebound gathered up by Perez. Outlet pass up ahead for Hemmings. Catch, score, and a foul.
Nice pass by Jaden Perez.
Eli Hemmings with his first field goal of the night and a chance to make it a 3-point play. Absorbs the contact from Gavin Welker, who picks up his first foul. And Eli Hemmings, who scored his only points in that first half at the foul line, back for a third free throw. Rich said, good job by Perez. He got the rebound, and then the outlet pass up ahead for Hemmings, who finished on the other end. And rebounded by McCoy on the miss. It's a 4-point Muhlenberg lead, 27-23. 2 minutes left to go in period number 3. Welker, skip pass for Altamar for 3. No. Long rebound, and Muhlenberg and Nelson Malave will gather it. Malave trying to go from one end to the other, not there, and Giesa comes up with a rebound. (27-23) Muhlenberg on top. 1:40 left in the third. Again, Giesa from the high post. Kicks it back for Altamar, but Hemmings got a hand on it, deflected it away. First turnover of the second half for the Saints. Armstrong from the corner goes baseline, poked away by Giesa, taken away by the Saints.
Giesa's got to be more assertive when he gets the ball in the low post. He's got to be more aggressive and be more confident.
Now they put him down in the low post. They're just going to change it up a little bit. They put Harper at the high post. Elbow jumper, no. Rebounded by Perez. So to Rich's point, they kind of flip Giesa around. Here's Josh Miller in the open floor. Off the rim, got it to go home, and a foul.
Great take by Josh Miller. We haven't seen that much of him going to the basket this season. Usually a really good outside shot, but he attacked the basket in transition and gets a chance in a three-point play.
I believe the foul's going to be on Welker.
Yes.
Gavin Welker's second is Berks Catholic's fourth. And Josh Miller, as Rich said, more known for his three-point shooting than his takes to the basket, does just that, and he ends up with 3. Just a little bit old-school style. Perez out, Miller back in for Muhlenberg with 1:05 left to go in the third.
Mules on a mini run here, 5-0. It was 25-23. They've extended it back to 7.
Saints had got it to within 2. It's back up, as Rich said, to a 7-point Muhlenberg advantage inside of a minute to go in the third.
Harper
Giesa,
wide open.
Great find by Harper for 2. Great ball movement, Giesa to Harper for the finish.
Yeah, that's what Giesa's got to do. He's got to look toward the basket instead of back outside.
Miller for 3. That's well short. Rebounded by Giesa. Still 40 seconds to go in the third. Saints have it back, down by 5. Down by 11 after 2. Saints have pushed it back to a much more manageable difference here in the third, regardless of what happens now in the final 25 seconds of period number 3. Giesa turns and faces Josh Miller, a little bit of a size mismatch. Gives it back for Harper, who wasn't expecting it. Saints turn it back.
Again, Giesa is handling the ball. It's not the guy you want handling the ball in the middle of the zone.
You're going to get Jaden Perez back in for his offense with 14.5 left to go in the third. Mules will try to get one shot off here to finish period number 3. They've already got a 5-point advantage.
I'm not sure what happened there. A couple players that went into the Berks Catholic bench, and little disruption.
So Michael Miller is now going to come back in. They're going to take Josh Miller out.
See if the Mules can work for one shot here. I'm going to guess that Armstrong's going to try to take Altomar to the basket and draw his 4th foul.
Now with 7 to go, the Mules need to kick it up to another level. Flip it around. Perez is open for a 3. And rebounded by McCoy, and that's how the third quarter comes to an end. After 3, Muhlenberg trails Berks Catholic by a game in the standings, but they lead them by 5 on the Saints' home floor. We're back with period number 4. Muhlenberg 30, Saints 25, live on WEEU in Reading.
If you are buying or selling a home, contact RE/MAX real estate agent Phil Macaronis. With over 20 years of experience and a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame, Phil does it all, from residential to commercial real estate sales. And with his large catalog of repeat and referral customers, you know you can depend on Phil Macaronis, no matter where you're looking for your next home. Call 610-670-2770 or call Phil directly anytime at 610-858-4555.
Hey Berks County, Chick-fil-A Catering makes game day even better. Choose from a variety of trays, including Chick-fil-A nuggets, mac and cheese, and chocolate chunk cookies. Perfect for your next gathering. Place your order through the Chick-fil-A app, online, or by calling ahead and pick it up at your local Chick-fil-A restaurant at Broadcasting Square, 5th Street Highway, and Exeter Commons. Take cooking off your plate and enjoy the perfect spread with Chick-fil-A Catering. Availability and order requirements vary. See restaurant for details.
We start quarter number 4 alongside Rich Garcella. My name is Bob McCool. The Berks Catholic Saints will get the ball to start the 4th, down by 5, 30-25. And Muhlenberg, with a run at the end of the second quarter, had pushed it to an 11-point advantage. Berks Catholic came out strong in the third, scored the first 7 points of quarter number 3. Ultimately got it down to a 2-point game at 25-23. But right now, it is a 5-point Muhlenberg advantage as we start the 4th. Saints with Brady Altomar, Johnny Giesick, Kingston McCoy, Gavin Walker, Carmelo Harper. Berks Catholic starting 5 on the floor. Against that 3-2 defense for Muhlenberg.
Muhlenberg has not gotten out of that zone all night.
There's again Giesa on the low post now. Looks for the cutter and Harper, nothing there. Now kicks it back for Altomar, dangerous pass and a foul. Welker grabbed a hold of Josh Miller, grabbing for the basketball, and that's going to be a foul on Welker.
Just a very lazy pass back outside. Berks Catholic, again, a turnover, foul on Welker.
Oye Gilavagy will come in now. And Giesa comes out. We're at 33 seconds into the 4th quarter. Mules will get their first possession. Malave at the high post to Miller. Backdoor feed for Hemmings, too hot to handle. And turnover right back by Muhlenberg.
Terrific defense by Kingston McCoy. Recognized the backdoor cut by Hemmings and forced the turnover.
So both teams with a turnover to start the 4th. 11 turnovers for Berks Catholic, 9 for Muhlenberg.
There's trouble.
Give it up for Harper. Drives into the teeth of the defense and travel, trying to take that extra step. He saw Welker alone underneath and wanted to get it to him, but took an extra step in the process. So back-to-back turnovers for Berks Catholic to start the 4th. And Muhlenberg still sitting on that 5-point advantage. Armstrong, Michael Miller, Hemmings, Malave, and Josh Miller. Armstrong left elbow, no. Tipped out of bounds by Michael Miller. It's Berks Catholic basketball.
Bob, the story of this game is both not just Muhlenberg's defense, Berks Catholic's defense, because Muhlenberg hasn't done much at all on offense. They've scored a few baskets in transition, but really in the half court has not been real effective.
Good ball movement, has a look for Welker, who drives inside. He's bumped and fouled. Michael Miller puts his hand in the air. Be just the first foul on Michael Miller. How's that for a change of pace?
We've seen the last game we had last week against Reading. He had 4 fouls in the first half, and it's 5th in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, he fouled out by this point in time in the Reading I game. He picked up his first there. Good job by making that adjustment by Miller. Saints in the corner to Gilavagy, trying to get it inside to McCoy. Threw it away. 3 turnovers to start the 4th quarter. Armstrong in transition will lay it in.
Yeah, Muhlenberg's been effective. They haven't had a lot of chances to score in transition, but when they have, they've converted.
Justin Armstrong in double digits for the 14th time this season. The Mules lead is 7, 32-25, 6:15 left to go in the ballgame.
This has got to be killing Snip Esterly. the Saints' carelessness with the basketball.
3 turnovers in their first 3 possessions here in the fourth quarter. To the corner, Guy Lavagée, high arcing shot is an air ball. Ends up in the hands of Armstrong. McCoy down on the floor on the other end. Berks Catholic takes it away, and McCoy's up, and McCoy lays it in. Brady Altamar with a steal on the other end, and McCoy had not got back yet, so it's an easy 2.
Michael Miller
for 3 in the corner, no. Saints get the rebound. 32-27, Muhlenberg on top. Berks Catholic with the ball. Timeout, Saints. Be a 30-second timeout for Berks Catholic. We'll be back in 30 with the Saints trailing the Mules 32-27 live on WEEU.
For over 50 years, Redner's Markets has been committed to delivering quality, freshness, and value to the communities we serve. From farm fresh local produce and quality meats to everyday grocery essentials, Redner's helps families put great meals on the table at prices they can trust. Shop smart, eat well, and save every day with Redner's Markets. Family owned, community focused, and proudly serving our neighbors since 1970.
5:42 left to go in the ball game. Berks Catholic trails Muhlenberg 32-27. It'll be Saint basketball. And after what they hope is a little bit of a boost of confidence on the bench, Johnny Giesa back out on the floor for Berks Catholic.
Well, he also got a little pep talk from Kingston McCoy as they walk back out on the floor.
Need his presence out there, there's no question about it, against this defense for Muhlenberg. As Giesa has it in the corner, at the high post, gives it to McCoy in the corner. 3 defenders around him. They kick it around for Harper and for Giesa. Along the foul line, backdoor find, it's McCoy.
That's what he's got to do. He's got to be assertive and look toward the basket, and he found the cutting McCoy.
McCoy with all 4 points for Berks Catholic here in the fourth, and the Saints are within 3, 32-29. Olave in the corner. Kicks it around for Miller. Michael Miller, that is. Along with Josh Miller, Armstrong, and Hemmings. Olave, guarded by Altamar, who's playing with 3 fouls. Drives on him, trying to get away from him, and cannot. Turned inside of 5 minutes ago. Matt Flowers says, we're okay. We got a 3-point lead. Don't be in such a hurry. Armstrong, nice crossover dribble. Into traffic, ball no good, but he's fouled. Justin Armstrong drives right into the teeth of the Berks Catholic defense, and we've seen that since he was a 9th grader.
Yeah. He didn't do that in the first half last week against Reading. Did a little bit more of it in the second half. And tonight he's done it very effectively. Has a chance to put the Mules up 4 or 5.
I believe that foul was on Carmelo Harper, his 3rd. And the second on the Saints. First foul shot from Armstrong is good. Armstrong at 13.2 points per game. If he makes this, that's exactly where he's at on the night. 13 points for Armstrong and a 5-point Muhlenberg advantage. 34-29 Mules on top.
Wow, the way this game is being played and what is coming down to her, every possession is critical.
He's out on the opposite end of the half-court stripe, and here's a bump on the other end as Miller went for the steal against Harper and ran into him and commits the foul. Michael Miller's second is Muhlenberg's second as well here in the fourth. Saints will inbound underneath their own bucket, down by 5. Nope, actually not underneath their own bucket. They're going to go over by their bench. Harper, Altamar, McCoy, Giesa, and Welker. Skip Esley's starting 5 out here in this fourth quarter. Altamar drives, dumps it inside for Harper, kicks it out for Welker. Drives, wanted to kick it to the corner, but it was deflected out of bounds by Muhlenberg.
Nice play by Hemmings, knocked the ball loose. He thought it was off Welker, but the officials said otherwise.
Welker had intentions of kicking it into the corner, but instead the deflection will force the Saints to take it inbounds underneath. Giesa hounded by Armstrong.
He's dribbling way too much out there.
Now gives it up for McCoy. Here comes the Mules trying to hedge at that trap on McCoy. Gives it up for Giesa, who drives inside. Offensive foul, Johnny Giesa. Eli Hemmings absorbs the charge.
Great take by Hemmings. 4th turnover of the quarter for the Saints. And no argument from Snip Esterly.
Giesa's first
minor
personal.
argument. Minor argument, I should say.
The Mules will get it right back, sitting on a 34-29 advantage. Halfway through the fourth. Muhlenberg has led it since they took an 8-7 lead in the first quarter. Josh Miller gives it up for Malave. Backdoor, nothing there. Swing it around for Michael Miller. Now out high for Josh Miller and for Armstrong. Malave calling for it on the post up against Harper and scores. Back up to a 7-point Muhlenberg advantage on the bucket by Malave, who's got 14. Gisa back for Altamar. McCoy catch and shoot three. No. Deflected out of bounds by Gavin Walker, fending off Josh Miller on the rebound. It's going to go right back to Muhlenberg.
Berks Catholic right now, down 7 with 3.5 left. Every possession takes on greater significance. They've got to start converting offensively and getting stops.
Saints with a tough non-leaguer tomorrow night at York Country Day, then back here on Saturday for the make good for what was supposed to be Tuesday night against Reading High. Muhlenberg next Tuesday finishes up at home against Wilson. We'll have that one for you here at WEU. Here's Armstrong with a drive into traffic, left hand for two, and a foul.
You saw it all the way. He goes to his left most of the time. He got Altamar on his hip, scored, and drew the foul.
So Justin Armstrong with a bucket, and now will shoot. And it is number 4 on Brady Altamar. Armstrong with 6 in this quarter, 15 in the night, and a chance for one more here at the stripe. Comes up short. McCoy has the rebound. 38-29. Lead is 9 for the Mules. 2:50 left to go. Gisa kick out for Harper. Had the three, didn't take it. Drives right into the trap. Works his way around it for Gisa. Nicely in 2.
Nice pass by Harper.
That will lead to a quick Saints timeout. Nice find by Harper, and Gisa finishes it. And with that, the Saint timeout will take one with Berks Catholic, whose deficit is 7 with 2:43 left to go in the ballgame. Muhlenberg 38, Berks Catholic 31. Back to Lloyd Wolf Gymnasium after this on WEU in Reading.
Spots Insurance Group is a proud sponsor of Berks County sports. We're an award-winning nationwide agency you can trust, insuring what means most to you for over 32 years. We specialize in auto, home, renters, business, and life insurance. Remember, when you think insurance, think Spots. Visit us at spotsforinsurance.com. That's SPOTTS 4insurance.com.
Noisy, squeaky, or uneven garage doors? Do they snap, crackle, or pop? Having trouble opening or closing? Get a garage door tune-up now from Overhead Door Reading. For just $99, we'll inspect, lubricate, and adjust your garage doors so they run smoothly and quietly. Don't get stuck in the driveway this winter. Call today and ask for our tune-up special. Serving the community since 1965. Overhead Door Reading. We're more than just doors. OverheadDoorReading.com.
2 minutes, 43 seconds remaining. If this score holds up, there'll be a tie for first place in Division I of the Berks Boys Conference with only a couple games left. Saints had a 1-game lead over Muhlenberg and Reading High when this one began. And right now, Muhlenberg's on top 38-31. As the Saints come out with a trap, they take the steal away by Altamar to McCoy, stripped out of his hands by Michael Miller.
Really
Great
nice
job
play.
by defense by Michael
really
Miller.
nice play by Michael Miller.
McCoy had intentions of driving to the hoop after the takeaway by Altamar on the other end. Instead, the Saints will inbound underneath their own bucket. Altamar in the lob into McCoy. Takes a peek, takes a shot, comes up empty. Faith Zudi into the game for Berks Catholic to start this fourth quarter. Fended off on the offensive glass, and the Mules have it back.
Trying to give the Saints a little bit of size, maybe a little too late here with 2:15 to go.
Here's Josh Miller in the corner to Michael Miller. To the baseline, poked away from Malave by Altamar, and that could be Brady's Altamar's 5th foul.
It is. There was nobody else down there.
So that's number 5 on Brady Altamar. Went for the steal and commits the foul. Brady Altamar's night finishes with 2:08 left to go in the ballgame.
Malave going to the line to shoot 2 now that the Mules are in the bonus.
Guy will come to the scorer's table for Berks Catholic. So Brady Altamar and his experience, his tenacious defense, fouls out of the ballgame with this customary early three to get things started for Berks Catholic, their first points of the night.
Bob, let's just remind everybody that these are two of the very best teams, not only in Berks County, but in District 3. The Mules came into tonight ranked third in 6A in the district, and Saints first in 4A. So you're going to see these two teams. It would be a surprise if they're not both playing deep into February and maybe even into March.
Malave makes them both. 16 now for Nelson Malave, makes it a 9-point advantage for Muhlenberg, 40-31. 2:05 left to play. Again, the Mules playing that 1-2-2 three-quarter trap all night long.
Might be a box right now because it looks like Malave is on McCoy.
And they post him up, and McCoy's big enough, strong enough to score inside. 6 1/4, 10 in the game for Kingston McCoy. 7-point difference. 1:40 to go. Armstrong trying to keep it away and does as he's fouled by Guy Lavogie. Armstrong's going to shoot two. Justin Armstrong at the line to shoot two more now for Muhlenberg. Got to tell you, though, if you looked at the two scores of these games, the first one was into the 60s.
69-55,
and Berks Catholic wins it. This
Yeah.
one right now in the 40s, and Muhlenberg
yeah,
wins it.
It
flies in the face of logic.
Yes. Yeah, it definitely does.
Armstrong makes the first of two with another to come. Big fourth quarter for Justin Armstrong. This is the second. 7 of his 16 here in this fourth quarter. Makes it a 41-33 Muhlenberg advantage with a minute and a half to play.
You know what's remarkable is Berks Catholic won that game convincingly at Muhlenberg without two starters.
Backdoor caught it. Kingston McCoy gets angry.
Yeah, that was a little frustration dunk.
Great find, McCoy. Makes the house erupt with the slam, makes it a 6-point game. 70 seconds to go. And a steal by Zudi. Back comes the Saints. McCoy up ahead to Harper. Yes, and a foul.
Wow, all of a sudden.
Well, McCoy woke up the echoes.
He sure did.
And then also got a steal on the other end by Faith Zudi. That leads to a bucket and a foul. It's going to put Harper at the line.
Not sure who it was on, but it doesn't matter. The Mules aren't in foul trouble. It looks like it's going to be on maybe Josh Miller. I'm not sure, but it doesn't matter.
Jaden Perez in. Harper with the bucket. He's got 13 and looking for one more to make this that much tighter. Not there. McCoy with the offensive rebound. Right back up, no good, but he's fouled.
Beyond Miller.
Yep, Michael Miller on the foul, his second. Puts Kingston McCoy right back at the line for Berks Catholic. McCoy 2 for 2 at the stripe tonight. Could turn this into a 4 or maybe even a 5-point play, depending on how this breaks. Matt Flowers needs a timeout. He will take it. We will too. 59.1 left to go. Brand new ball game, but the Mules are still on top when we come back, 41-37.
When the pressure's on and it's time to make your best move, the Susan McFadden team with Keller Williams Platinum Realty is here to help you score big in today's real estate market. Whether you're buying, selling, or planning your next play, Susan's experience and dedication make her the MVP you want on your side. For winning results and a team that never stops hustling, trust the Susan McFadden team with Keller Williams, your home court advantage.
Hi, I'm Mike Kuhn with Kuhn Funeral Homes. Since 1937, our family has been committed to serving our community. We now have 3 active generations, as I have the honor of working with my father and son. With 5 convenient locations to serve our neighbors, Kuhn Funeral Homes continues to dedicate our family to your family. Thank you for believing in us, and we promise to always be there for you.
Kingston McCoy, who woke up Lloyd Wolf Gymnasium with authority on that slam off the backdoor cut when the Mules were on top by 8. Made it a 6-point game. It's a 4-point game with McCoy at the stripe to shoot 2 for the Saints. First is good. 9 1/4, 13 for Kingston McCoy. Again, scoreless in the first half. Makes them both. It is a 41-39 game.
Berks Catholic showing full court pressure. Zone trap.
Muhls patiently working across half court with 50 seconds to go. Armstrong is trapped
and a foul.
Fouled. Justin Armstrong is going to go back to the free throw line. He's 3 out of 4 at the stripe in the quarter, 5 out of 6 in the game.
I'm not sure who it was on, Bob, but the call came right before Matt Flowers, as Matt Flowers was signaling for a timeout.
I believe it's on Guy Lavoisier. It's his second. And Rich said they're already over the limit, so Armstrong's shooting 2. No good. 2 straight misses at the free throw line for Justin Armstrong. The junior has another. Jeffrey Collado back in for Muhlenberg. Jaden Perez out. Sellout crowd at Lloyd Wolf Gymnasium getting their entertainment's worth tonight as Armstrong makes the second. Makes it a 3-point Muhlenberg advantage with 50 seconds to go. McCoy does not have a 3 yet tonight. Does have 31 on the season. Gisa from the foul line. Harper for the tie. Yes!
Timeout. Somebody, I'm not sure. I think Berks Catholic.
Carmelo Harper with the 3 that ties this game. 26.2 remaining in the ball game. We will keep it here with Berks Catholic taking the timeout.
It looks like it might be a full, Bob.
Berks Catholic has hit 3 threes on the night. Carmelo Harper with 2 of them. That is 23rd of the season, and we are even. 42-42.
Harper with a team high 16 as of the moment. Tie game. So Berks Catholic right now is on a 9-1 run. They were trailed 41-33. They've tied it with some tremendous defense and some spectacular heroics from one Kingston McCoy with that slam dunk. That really ignited them.
Look, we could be accused of being a bit on the hyperbola world in terms of some certain players, but certain players deserve that kind of recognition, and Kingston McCoy is that kind of player, and he woke this place up. There is no doubt about it. With that power slam of his, made it a 6-point game, but the Saints got a steal, they got a bucket, they got a foul, and they made it to four straight at the free throw line.
We don't know how this is going to end, of course, but I just want to say this. Guy Lavoisier and Faith Zudi have given the Saints some really quality minutes here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, with Brady Altamar out of the game, picking up his 5th foul. Great point. He fouled out with 2:05 left to go in the game. We have 28.5 left to go, and the Saints have brought this thing even. So how can Muhlenberg weather this storm?
Kingston McCoy face guarding Justin Armstrong.
Inbounds for Malave. He'll bring it up the floor by himself with 20 seconds to go. Does Muhlenberg hold for 1 here?
They're going to try.
Down to 15. Malave obviously not in a hurry inside at 10. Muhls are going to go for the win.
Yep.
Malave going to drive. Malave tries a dishing inside off of Michael Miller with 2.1 left to go in the game.
Let's see if Snip Esterly calls a timeout with 2. Yes, he does.
He's calling for it. He's going to get it. So let's see what 853 wins has to draw up on the bench, because Snip Esterly and Berks Catholic has 2.1 seconds left to go. Do you just go for the baseball pass? Hope for somebody to come up with it?
Well, here's the thing. He still has 1 timeout left. So that if you can get a pass to half court and call a timeout as soon as you catch it, or Snip on the sideline, that's a possibility. And here's the thing. Well, I thought Muhlenberg had 3 team fouls. They have 4, so if they do foul, Berks Catholic's going to the line.
They do not have a foul.
They don't have a foul to give.
Correct.
So here's what's going to happen. And it's a turnover. They can't. Whoever inbounds cannot run the baseline, and it looks like it's going to be Johnny Giesa. And already, Ryan Hutchinson face guarding Kingston McCoy.
Hutchinson in the game for the first time since the early first half.
And I'm gonna say this: you better be careful of not getting a foul on McCoy. There's
trying to get it in bounds, and he doesn't get it in bounds. That's a 5-second violation. Muhlenberg gets it right back.
Yep.
Matt Flowers wants the timeout.
Yep. He's got his timeouts left. Great defense by the Mules. Covered everybody.
Berks Catholic gets called for the timeout, but here's the situation. As opposed to Berks Catholic had to go the length of the floor, Muhlenberg does not. They will inbound it under their own basket with 2.1. A much different situation for Muhlenberg.
And they're not going to have time to get it to Armstrong out top to go to the basket. I'm wondering if Matt Flowers is going to put Jaden Perez in the game since he's such a good outside shooter, especially from deep.
Yeah, if it was against another team, I would just look for a lob inside Eli Hemmings, but he's going to be guarded by Kingston McCoy.
No, McCoy's not going to let that happen.
Right.
This is going to be fascinating to watch, but I got to think the 2 guys to look for are Armstrong and Miller, Michael Miller.
42-42, 2.1 left in regulation.
I'm sorry, I meant Malave and Miller. I think it's going to go to one of those 2 guys.
16 points on the night for Nelson Malave. Let's see who the inbounder is. Never forget about the inbounder.
And it's going to be Jaden Perez, and you're right. Watch, this could be a give and go because he is a really good shooter. So it's going to be Zudi's going to guard Hemmings. McCoy's going to guard Armstrong, which is, here we go.
There's the lob inside of Hemmings. Good if it goes. It does not. They got a look.
They did get a look. Bob, incredibly, that was Hemmings' first field goal attempt in the 4th quarter.
We will play more basketball tonight at Lloyd Wolf Gymnasium. Overtime when we come back. Muhlenberg 42, Berks Catholic 42. Overtime when we come back on WEEU.
I'm Jada Doe, a senior at Berks Catholic High School. Berks Catholic offers a wide variety of advanced coursework and utilizes 21st century technology for the most effective and interactive learning experience. We have a team of dedicated college counselors who provide the best service for students' potential through remarkable efforts and strategic planning. Berks Catholic prepares us to be both college and life ready. For more information about my school and how to be a saint, contact the admissions office at berkscatholic.org.
Buying a home has never been so easy. I'm Chris Snyder of Mortgage America. If you're buying a home or refinancing your current one, you've come to the right place. Mortgage America's expert loan officers are available to assist you 24 hours a day, offering professional guidance throughout the home buying process. That's why we're awarded the #1 mortgage lender in Pennsylvania. Call us at 610-376-1755 or visit us at 1100 Berkshire Boulevard, Wyomissing. MNLS number 128501.
32 minutes was not enough to determine who wins this basketball game. Berks Catholic with the frantic comeback in the 4th quarter sends us to overtime. Muhlenberg and Berks Catholic tied at 42.
We have seen this story before with Muhlenberg. This is the 3rd game that we've had of the Mules that went to overtime.
They lost to Reading. They beat Wilson in those 2 overtime games. And this now with Berks Catholic. So of the teams at the top, Muhlenberg has seen overtime against the best of Division I. Again to the high post at Giesa for the Saints to start the 4th quarter. Giesa sets the screen for McCoy, who drains the jumper. 16 for McCoy.
First lead since early in the game.
Since it was 7-6 in the 1st quarter. Ball deflected out of bounds and a foul.
Foul on Faith Zudi. And there's no carryover. They're in the bonus. And the next foul for the Mules will put Berks Catholic in the bonus. Hemmings going to the line.
So Eli Hemmings, quiet tonight offensively for Muhlenberg. Just 4 points in total. Shooting 2 here. That's good. He was huge in that overtime win against Wilson. And looking for one more here to tie the game up. He's on the floor for Muhlenberg along with Nelson Malave, Michael Miller, Josh Miller, and Justin Armstrong. Second one no good. Ball is loose. Malave picks it up and he's fouled.
Great hustle by Malave. Two Saints had a chance to get that rebound. Malave somehow found a way to get it between them, and he'll go to the line to shoot two.
Foul is called on Johnny Gisa. That is his second. And Malave right back at the line for the Mules. He's 2 for 2 at the stripe tonight. That came in the fourth quarter. That's no good. Gavin Welker in, Faith Zudi out for Berks Catholic. But Zudi very quietly gave them some quality stuff.
Really did.
He is a defensive player. That's incredibly good defensive player in the football field. He's a defensive end for second year head coach Dave Staler. Nelson Malave at the stripe for a second. That's good. We're tied. 17 for Malave, ties the game up at 44. Yidavoji, Harper, Gisa, Welker, and McCoy almost taken away by Hutchinson. McCoy gives it up inside for Gisa. Goes to the rim. No. Deflected. Loose on the floor. Welker picks it up. Welker blocked by Hemmings. Loose on the floor. Welker gets it back. McCoy double team. Flips it around for Harper. Touch pass to the corner. And the Saints will reposition. Good job by Berks Catholic not to panic and get it back in the hands of McCoy.
Good fight by Gavin Welker to get that loose rebound.
Inside of 3 minutes to go in overtime. Tied at 44. High post again is Gisa. Kicks it back. Harper drives. Nobody there. Wanted to kick it to the corner to Guillemot, but missed him. Turnover for the Saints. Jaden Perez back in for Muhlenberg. Ryan Hutchinson out. Offensive and defensive substitutions for Matt Flowers. With 2:44 left to go in the overtime. Great test for these two teams for what they expect to be good postseason runs. It's got that kind of feel in front of a packed house. Hemmings drives. Hemmings, no. Tipped and controlled by McCoy. The Saints headed right back. McCoy in the open floor from one and the other. Great find to Welker for two.
McCoy with a terrific assist.
First points of the night for Gavin Welker. Saints back up on top, 46-44. 2:05 left to go. Armstrong drives, tucks, blocked. Loose on the floor. Michael Miller gets it back for the Mules. Right back in the corner for Armstrong. And now for Michael Miller, who calls Armstrong out. Malave wants it. Guillemot hounds him and forces a turnover.
Terrific defense by Guillemot. Malave thought he had him on his hip, thought he was going to take him, and Guillemot knocked the ball away, and it went off Malave.
Muhlenberg had 8 turnovers through 3 quarters. They've got 6 since that point.
Timeout, Muhlenberg.
With 1:47 left to go, Muhlenberg will burn a 30-second timeout. Each team does pick up an extra timeout in the overtime session. So Muhlenberg still has 2 left. Berks Catholic still has 2 left. 1:47 left to go in this one. Pressure now is on Reading High and Wilson. They're on WEEU tomorrow night.
Yeah, can they duplicate this? This division, we've said it for how many years, Bob? The last 2-3 years. It's so competitive, and the games are just tremendous. And, good luck to Rick Perez and Matt Coulter tomorrow night. Let's see if they can match this.
Yeah, and I mean, this is what the coaches in Division I tell us. This is why they feel as if Berks County basketball is built for the postseason because of these battles they have every night. And the perfect person to be a testament for that is Jeff Van Gorder, who came here to Exeter and found out what Berks County basketball was really like.
Yeah.
And he's the first one to admit it. 1:40 left to go in overtime. 46-44, Saints on top. They've got the ball. Gisa, dangerous pass, almost a backcourt. They just beat the 10-second violation, but they turned it over. Up ahead for Hemmings. Right at McCoy, blocked it, but fouled him.
McCoy didn't think he thought he had all ball, but the official said otherwise.
First foul of the night against Kingston McCoy will put Eli Hemmings at the free throw line with a chance to tie the game back up if he can make both shots.
Just a little unsure. The Saints were a little unsure of themselves with the basketball there against the Muhlenberg trap. They commit the turnover. Now Muhlenberg has a chance for the tie.
First, no good. Muhls scuffing a little bit here in the closing moments at the free throw line. Still a minute 29 left to go, and the way this game has unfolded, that's a lifetime. Hemmings' second is pure. 6 for Eli Hemmings. It's a 1-point game. 46-45. Now 1-2-2. Cross half court to Gisa. Good look inside. Ilavogie missed it. Fights for it. Gets it back. Kicks it around, and the Saints get another possession with a 1-point lead. McCoy out near half court to avoid the trap, and he's fouled.
Yeah, Hutchinson was all over him.
Puts McCoy back at the line. Second foul on Hutchinson. Both teams over the limit. Kingston McCoy will shoot 2. McCoy scoreless through 2 quarters. Steps to the free throw line with 16 points on the night. Dan has gone over the 1,400-point mark on the night for his career. First is good. Jaden Perez will check back in now for Muhlenberg. Hutchinson out. Again, Matt Flowers implementing the offensive and defensive substitutions. With McCoy shooting a second. McCoy perfect at the free throw line on the night. The Saint lead is 3, 48-45. 1:05 left to play.
Big possession for the Mules.
Armstrong screens it, rolls it back. Hemmings for the tie. No. Tipped, controlled by Harper and the Saints. Carmelo Harper up ahead for Welker. Looking for help, and a bump and a foul. It's McCoy is going back to the line. Well, we said at halftime that look for Kingston McCoy to come out in the third quarter to take things over. It really more was a fourth quarter takeover, but it was coming.
And it was with about 2 minutes left on that spectacular dunk that really ignited the comeback and definitely ignited the crowd.
McCoy back at the line for 2 more. 7 in a row. Makes it a 2-possession game at 49-45 with another foul shot coming from McCoy.
Biggest lead of the night for the Saints.
54 seconds still to play. (50-45) Saints. 50 seconds to go for Muhlenberg.
This is a must-score possession for the Mules.
In the hands of Armstrong, trying to get by Harper, cannot. Fight for it. It's loose on the floor. Malave runs it down.
Oh, double dribble. Yes,
He did?
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, absolutely.
40 seconds left to go, and Berks Catholic will get the ball back after the turnover.
Nelson Malave doesn't understand the call, but that was as clear as can be. Matt Flowers wants timeout.
It was all set up by the defense of Carmelo Harper. Harper poked it loose. It was a battle to go get it. It was deflected in the backcourt. Eventually Malave had it, but to get away from the defense, double dribbled. And a timeout called by Muhlenberg with 40 seconds to go in overtime.
I thought the officials let them play the two, Harper and Malave, on the floor going for the basketball. I mean, there was contact. Nobody got an advantage. But Malave, when he retrieved the basketball, it was right in front of us. He clearly double dribbled.
So it'll be Saint basketball with 40 seconds to go. Berks Catholic has 2 timeouts left. Muhlenberg has 1. And a 5-point Berks Catholic lead, largest of the night for the Saints.
Bob, if I'm Matt Flowers, I'd put 2 people on Kingston McCoy. And I don't want him with the ball at all. Force somebody else to make a free throw, foul somebody else if they have to.
He has made 8 straight at the free throw line and an 82% free throw shooter on the season. You're listening to high school basketball on 8:30 a.m. WEEU in Reading. I invite you to stick around. Coming up after tonight's game, our Pizza Coma Temple postgame show, our Reading Fighting Phil's player of the game, and our Celebrationville of Exeter play of the game. We have a pretty good idea what that might be. And that was a power slam by Kingston McCoy. Win, lose, or draw. That's going to be our Celebrationville of Exeter play of the game. But it was spectacular. And again, as Rich said, it ignited this building for sure.
Let's see if the Mules take a gamble here and try to get a turnover on the inbounds.
Yilavogie goes all the way to the backcourt for McCoy. Chased by Hutchinson. And there's the foul.
Yep. That's not who you wanted to foul.
Want him to foul
Nope.
Kingston McCoy.
No, Matt Flowers didn't want that at all.
So that stops the clock with 36.2 and puts McCoy back at the line.
He may not score 40 tonight, but he's the reason why if Berks Catholic wins the game tonight, he is the reason why.
He is at 20 again, which is standard operating procedure for Kingston McCoy, averaging 21.3 on the season. And he stays true at the free throw line. Hutchison out, Perez back in. Misses the second. Yilavogie pulled down the rebound.
Massive rebound.
And there's McCoy, gets fouled again. He's going back to the line. Oye Yilavogie, who's really known for his three-point shooting, has come up for defensive plays and now an offensive rebound that puts McCoy back at the line with a 6-point lead.
Yeah, and you could just see the shoulders are sagging. The Mules, they had this game. They were in control of this game through the first half. And even late in the game, up in regulation, up 8, and they've let this one slip away, apparently.
And right back to the line goes McCoy for another, and he gets another. The lead is now 7 with another foul shot coming. 32.2 left to go in the ballgame. Second is also good. 53-45. Mules need threes fast. Armstrong will go for 2. He doesn't get the shot, but he's going to the line.
That's going to be on Harper. You got to do that. That's the only way. Either take a 3 or you got to go to the basket. Armstrong did the right thing.
So Armstrong will shoot 2. Stops the clock with 26.7 remaining in the ball game. Again, Muhlenberg will finish up on Tuesday night against Wilson at home, and then Wednesday night at Twin Valley. Armstrong makes the first. 18 tonight for Justin Armstrong with another free throw coming as what?
He's had a wonderful game at both ends of the floor. Just really has sparked the Mules on offense and defense.
9 of his 18 have come since the start of the fourth quarter. He misses the second. Gisa comes down with a rebound, but he tried to stay in bounds, tried to get rid of the ball, but he kind of bunny hopped and turned it over.
He thinks he got bumped.
So the Mules are going to get it right back underneath their own bucket with 25.4 left.
Got to be quick here. Got to be quick.
Inside they look. Miller partially blocked by Yilavogie and rebounded by the Saints, and Harper's foul. Yilavogie just got a little bit of a piece of that shot by Michael Miller. And now the Saints are going back to the line, and this time it's Carmelo Harper. Harper 0 for 1 at the stripe tonight, 73% on the season. Will shoot 2 with 16.3 left to play. First is good. Saints as a team are 72% from the free throw line. They've been a whole lot better than that since halftime. Announcers jinx. Harper misses it. It's 54-46. 10 seconds to go. Michael Miller fakes the 3. He'll take the 2. That's no good. Appropriately enough, Oye Yilavogie will come up with a rebound, and the Berks Catholic Saints, with a memorable comeback, will win the ball game on their home floor in overtime. The final score, the Saints 54, the Mules 46. We will be back with our overtime our post-game show here on WEEU after this.
Well,
Looking for the best pizza in Berks? Come to Nino's Pizza and Italian Restaurant, located along Richmond Street in Reading. Whether grabbing a pie to share before the game, getting delivery for the team, or you're looking for a real Italian dining experience in a grotto-style restaurant, put Nino's on the top of your roster. As the official pizza of WEEU's Slice of Sports, Nino's knows how to feed athletes and the rest of your crew. Nino's Pizza and Italian Restaurant, 515 Richmond Street. Call 610-921-2300 or visit ninosristorante.com.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
To find out how WEU can be your affordable advertising partner, call 610-345-7338.
UECU is a credit union that understands Pennsylvania, what it means to grow up here, raise a family, start a business. And we're committed to being your financial partner for life. With competitive rates, exclusive member discounts, and modern technology, UECU offers personalized banking that will make you feel right at home. Visit bankingforpa.org and sign up for UECU membership through our partner association, the Pennsylvania Consumer Council. UECU, banking that understands home.
This season, stick with everyone's favorite snack, Diefenbach's Kettle Chips. Legend has it Mark Diefenbach loved kettle cooked chips so much he turned his Berks County kitchen into the ultimate snack factory. Now, over 60 years later, we're still making that delicious PA crafted crunch with the same passion and quality right where it all began. So crunch into some flavorful Diefenbach's Kettle Chips today and snack on a delicious tradition.
Welcome to the Pizza Como postgame show. Pizza Como Temple is a family-owned business going strong on the Fifth Street Highway for over 50 years, serving the finest Italian dishes, Berks County's best variety of Italian sandwiches, and legendary pizza. Right next door is The Yard, a virtual golf experience to help keep your game sharp all year round. And if you love sports cards and memorabilia, stop in to buy, sell, or trade. Pizza Como in The Yard, 4600 Fifth Street Highway in Temple. The Berks Catholic Saints were down 41-33 in this game in the third quarter, but they mounted in the fourth quarter, but they mounted the comeback, and they ultimately win this game. They tied it up, sent it to overtime at 42-42, as Berks Catholic outscored Muhlenberg from that stretch by a difference of 9-1, and ultimately won this game on a finish of what was a 21-5 stretch to win this game in overtime, 54-46. It is Rich Scarcella working his way into the crowd here at Lloyd Wolf Gymnasium. He's got wooden coach Snip Esterly and our Reading Fighting Phil's player of the game, Kingston McCoy. Rich, floor is yours.
Thanks, Bob. We're here with Berks Catholic coach Snip Esterly and St. Senior Kingston McCoy after the Berks Catholic's comeback win over Muhlenberg. Kingston McCoy with a game-high 23 points. Kingston, what were you telling your teammates, not only in the first half, but late in that fourth quarter, you're down 8. What were you telling them?
We can't never give up, man. It was a great effort by everybody. Everybody had crucial mistakes, but everybody bounced back. That's the one thing I'm most proud about. Everybody made a mistake at the end. Johnny had mistakes, but he bounced back strong as hell. He grabbed every rebound, and that's the thing that really shows that how we can play.
Your dunk ignited not only the crowd, ignited your teammates. How would you grade your dunk?
I like that one. That one was nice. I wish he would have jumped a little bit into me, so I would have dunked on him. But, yeah, it was a nice dunk. I mean, it gave everybody some energy, gave the crowd some energy. It gave us what we needed for Melo to hit that 3 and get us back in the game.
You were down 41-33. You ended the game on a 21-5 run. How did that happen?
Defense. Defense is key. The first half, our defense was still pretty good. We held them to 20 points in the first half, but the second half, we got our offense going. We got our shots up. We found the open gaps and we cut, and Johnny played strong out of the post, so that's what we needed.
You didn't score in the first half, and I was wondering, did you do anything differently in the second half to get going, get your offense going?
No, I did everything the exact same. I think I shot the ball a little bit more. I got to the gaps a little bit more, but they thought that they had the game in the bag after they held me to 0 points in the first half. So they let up, so to say. They let up on the defensive end.
How good is this division?
It's great. This division is really tough. A bunch of tough-knit teams that play defense for the whole entire game. It's gonna take a lot, but we gotta keep getting better.
Kingston, thanks a lot. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Snip, I asked him, I don't know if you heard, you're down 41-33. 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. What are you telling your kids?
Just to hang in there, and we got to just make sure we take possession. All right, and that's what we did. I thought when Kingston dunked it, it gave us a whole new energy. And then we had to stop, and then Mello hits a big-time three at the game, and then it just changed the whole momentum, I thought.
You ended the game on a 21-5 run. How did that happen?
That's a good question. It's a great question. We just hunker down defensively, and you know what? In games like this, high schools, the pressure all of a sudden shifted to them, and they became a little nervous at spots, and that's high school kids for you.
How about the minutes that Oy Guillevoget and Faith Zudi gave this team off the bench? You showed some faith in them in the fourth quarter and in overtime.
Well, Faith can play some great defense, and we were looking for some offense with Junior, but Junior played some really good defense, and then he had a crucial offensive rebound against, on that missed foul shot, and that sealed the game then. And those two, they give us a lot of, they step in usually for Brady and Gavin, but Brady fouling out, that hurt us, but Junior stepped up big time.
How good is this division?
It's a great division. You can't take a night off anytime because, it's going to be like the playoffs are going to be fun to watch.
I've asked you probably, I don't know how many times over the last few years about Kingston McCoy. Is there anything left to say about him after tonight? 23 points, all in the second half and overtime.
Excuse me. He's just a great player. Nobody can play him man-to-man. Nobody can play him man-to-man in the county. He's that good. And that just gets everybody else involved. Now, tonight, they did a nice job in the zone, and then we figured things out. We were trying to get more cutters, Johnny to be more active in the middle, and I thought it worked a little bit in the second half, and we got Kingston moving around. But get back to your point, well, I'm so fortunate to be able to see him every day.
Snip, you can wrap up the division Saturday, and then it's on to the county playoffs. I know you have another game. You have two more games next week. What are these county playoffs going to be like?
Insane. If you're a basketball junkie, you're going to love it because, any team can basically, in our division can win it.
Snip, thanks. We'll see you down the road. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bob, back to you.
Thank you very much. Snip Esley and the Saints with the overtime victory tonight, 54-46. And as Rich was talking about, our Reading Fightin' Phils player of the game is indeed Kingston McCoy. Fightin' Phils invite you to check out their all-new Redner's Event Center at First Energy Stadium. Our Phils remind you to have your next sports team banquet in the Our Phils all-new Redner's Event Center banquet and meeting facility at First Energy Stadium. It's a sports banquet, a wedding, a corporate meeting or event, or any charity fundraiser dinner. The number one place for events in Berks County for groups of 40 to 1,000 is the all-new Redner's Event Center at the Our Phils. Go to ourphils.com/events for more information. Kingston McCoy, 23 points, as Rich said, all after halftime. Now with 1,418 in his career with his 23 points tonight. Our Reading Fightin' Phils player of the game. We're going to keep you in complete and total suspense. We're going to go to a break and find out what the Celebration Villa of Exeter play of the game is. You're going to have to wait for us when we come back after this.
Support your Berks County community while purchasing great new and used furniture, appliances, and building supplies at the Habitat for Humanity Restore of Berks County. Located at 5370 Allentown Pike in Temple, the Restore carries brand name new and used appliances, furniture, home decor, and more. Many new items are manufacturer direct and are available at unbeatable prices. Stop by the Habitat for Humanity Restore of Berks County Tuesdays through Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. or visit our website at restoreberks.org for more information.
What if you could have more Mike?
We had a calamity.
More Bob.
Am I going to remember this tomorrow?
More local voices.
You two really complement each other, and it makes for the great show.
And more of what you love in the morning.
Tell me more.
WEEU fans, we heard you loud and clear. So now you can hear Mornings with Mike from 6 to 10, followed by Feedback from 10 to noon. More local voices, more conversation, and more of everything you love in the mornings. Right here on 830 WEEU, the voice of Berks and Beyond.
Temperatures dropped and my heating wouldn't kick on, so I called Keith HVAC, Electrical and Plumbing. They had it running fast and at a fair price. That was years ago, and I've trusted them ever since. Heating, cooling, plumbing, electrical, Keith does it all. Honest, fast, professional. They've been around for 30 years for a reason. Call Keith HVAC today. You'll be glad you did.
Keith HVAC Electrical and Plumbing. Quality you trust, comfort you deserve. Call 610-589-6461 or visit keithhvac.com.
All right, I can't keep you in suspense anymore. Our Pizza Coma Temple postgame show continues. And don't forget, tonight's Play of the Game is brought to you by Celebrationville of Exeter. Celebrationville of Exeter offers a community you love. You got a couple days left to do it. You sign up by the end of January, and February's rent is free. Celebrationville of Exeter, just reach out, contact, have a conversation with Natalie. Celebrationville of Exeter, be a part of the community. It was 41-33, Muhlenberg on top. Berks Catholic with the opportunity. They went to the high post, backdoor cut to Kingston McCoy from the baseline, throws it down. The Saints are within 6. It brought the house down as well, and the Saints mounted their charge from that point forward. They tied it up at the end of regulation, 42-42, to finish off what was a 9-1 run to finish off regulation. As Rich said, a 21-5 run to finish off the game as the Saints win it by a final score of 54-46. Kingston McCoy, not only our Celebrationville Play of the Game, but a contender for Play of the Year as well when this one is all said and done. And I appreciate Snip Esley for the promo, because he said the playoffs are going to be fun to watch, and you can do that right here with WEEU because it's going to be fun to watch.
I mean, we have seen some incredible games, and we're not even done with the regular season yet. This Berks Catholic really showed me a lot tonight, because they did not play well for almost 4 quarters.
Yeah.
Really, it was 3.5 quarters. And they managed to
they were
pull
on the
this
ropes.
out.
There's no doubt about
they
that.
managed to pull it out. That tells you a lot about a team, not only its resiliency, but its mental and physical toughness. And, I mean, Muhlenberg is one of the top 6A teams in District 3, period. End of story. There's no argument there. And they managed to come back from an 8-point deficit in the final 3 minutes of regulation and then win it overtime. Just a great win for Berks Catholic, and they can clinch the Berks 1 title Saturday with a win over the Reading High Red Knights.
And just for one final thought, and don't forget, coming up as soon as we sign off, which is going to be in a matter of moments, the Scoreboard Show. Jeff Noah and Matt Knob with the Scoreboard Show running down all the other games going on around the county. But one last thought, and that's for Muhlenberg, because a gut punch again for Muhlenberg.
Yeah,
Back-to-back
really.
tough losses. The loss to Reading High, the loss here to Berks Catholic. But if you're Matt Flowers and you're going to point to positives, I don't know if you have to do anything other than just run the tape of quarter number 2, because that was textbook.
That was a clinic.
Stuff. They were so good
Yeah.
in the second quarter, and they outscored Berks Catholic on their home floor 10-2. That's the positives I think Muhlenberg focuses on. Look, we let this one get away, but the positives were we played moments in this game where we were really, really good.
Yeah, I think that was, even though Muhlenberg dominated the second quarter, Berks Catholic was able to hang in there because they held Muhlenberg to just 10 points in that quarter, 4 of 10 shooting, and then followed that again. They got back in the game, holding Muhlenberg to 3 for 11 in the third quarter, and just a really gritty effort by the Berks Catholic Saints tonight. And don't worry, Muhlenberg's not finished. You're going to hear from Muhlenberg over the next few weeks, starting with the county playoffs.
And we will have them Tuesday night at home against Wilson. We will be at Wilson tomorrow night as the Bulldogs host the Reading Red Knights. That's going to do it for our coverage. Thanks to Bill Hess, the athletic director here at Berks Catholic High School, as always, for the hospitality. Our technical director has been one of the Saints' own in Sean Tansky. For my broadcast partner, Rich Garcella, my name is Bubba Cool. Jeff Nolan, Matt Knob with the Scoreboard Show back at the WEU studios. The Saints win it overtime. Muhlenberg falls to 14-5, 7-3 in the division. Berks Catholic is now 15-2, 9-1 in the division. They win it in overtime, 54-46. Thanks for listening, Aaron, watching high school basketball here at WEU. We'll do it again tomorrow night at 7 o'clock.
You've been listening to High School Basketball on 830 WEEU, the voice of Berks and beyond. school basketball on WEEU is brought to you by
Savage Auto Group, Remax Real Estate Agent Phil Macaronis, Keith HVAC, Redner's Warehouse Markets, Diefenbach Snacks, Habitat for Humanity Restore, Chick-fil-A, UECU, Overhead Door of Reading, Spots Insurance, Coon Funeral Home, Susan McFadden of Keller Williams Platinum Realty, Shell's Restaurant